USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Super Football Weekend, Wednesday, January 7, 2026, this sports program begins now.
Football
is magical, and it's always changing and evolving, isn't it? Wow, an 18-year stint comes to an end with one tweet out to the world saying John Harbaugh has been fired, let go. John Harbaugh out in Baltimore. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network went on his show, Insiders, last night on the NFL Network and said, yep, a lot of guys didn't like him in the locker room. That's basically what it came down to. The ownership kind of found that out later as it went on. We'll hear from Schefter in the second hour at about 1:30 Eastern Standard Time to hear what he's hearing about the entire situation. Hell of a run over there, though, Coach. Honestly.
Hell yeah, Coach.
18 years, very, very rare in the NFL. Very rare anywhere. And obviously the only way you can do that is if you are one hell of a ball coach, and he certainly was that. I think we all knew what we expected from the Baltimore Ravens football team whenever Harbaugh was coaching it. That's Harbaugh football. We're going to be a tough team. We're going to be a hard-nosed team. Harbaugh comes from the special teams world, so we're going to be diligent in all three phases. I think we saw that out of the Baltimore Ravens a lot. Baltimore Ravens, though, very similar to Pittsburgh Steelers, who have Mike Tomlin there for 18, 20 years as well. Two staples of the AFC North, two staples of the NFL, who have been doing battle in a big way for very, very meaningful playoff spots every single year and AFC North titles for the better part of the last 2 decades. Fans kind of getting sick of the message. You know, some people say the coach will lose the messaging to the locker room. Well, I think you lose the messaging to the fans as well. When the fans give up hope and think that you can't win a Super Bowl anymore, they grow louder, especially in football towns, like in Pittsburgh, definitely like what happened here in Baltimore. Now, there's a lot of conversation about Tyler Lupe misses a kick. There's a fumble at a half-yard line. There's a drop in the end zone. How come John Harbaugh is being punished so bad for this? I think this is potentially a good thing for both sides. I think John Harbaugh, who is now the belle of the ball of the coaching cycle, allegedly 7, 8 teams have looked into talking to John Harbaugh. He gets a chance to rebuild, which I think a Harbaugh person enjoys doing. Jim has moved multiple times and had to build up a bunch of programs. John really hasn't had the opportunity to do that because he had so much sustained success in one particular place. I think a fresh start will be good for John Harbaugh, and a fresh start for the Baltimore Ravens people. I think I'm excited to see who it could potentially be. But all of a sudden, John Harbaugh is the guy that everybody's looking to hire, and then you start looking at stats. stats, and it's like, well, is Mike McCarthy also going to get looked at the same exact way? Are we about to see second, third chapters of guys becoming something very special in this hiring cycle? There is certainly a chance. We made a graphic about the NFL coach pool right now, and it is certainly a very large pool. And then if you look at the very back of this pool, there's a high dive. Don't look now. There's maybe a college coach who people are calling the greatest football coach of all time, potentially taking a 30-meter leap right up there into the pool with all these NFL coaches that are certainly out there being talked about. You know, Ben Johnson, the last couple coaching cycles, he was the guy. He was turning down jobs going back to the Detroit Lions. Then it was like, well, which team is going to be lucky enough to be chosen by Ben Johnson? He picked the Chicago Bears. It worked. All of a sudden this year, there isn't really the Ben Johnson. There isn't really the, this is who you should hire. This is who you have to hire. For a long time, the coaching cycle was need an offensive guy, need an offensive guy. Oppenheimer came up with this one. He split the atom. If you hire an offensive head coach who calls the plays, then if your offense has success, nobody is going to poach your offensive coordinator because your head coach is there. And so you're going to be able to maintain that. You maybe just have to replace the defensive side, but if you have the offensive side figured out, that's good news, especially with the success of Sean McVay and other offensive gurus and everything. Feels like leadership of men is going to become a main requisite for who you hire. Not necessarily on the offensive side, not necessarily on the defensive side, but if you get some dogs in there, potentially the teams are going to run a little bit harder. Look at what happened in New England, Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's actually telling players, star players, shut the fuck up on the sideline, and then talking shit to them immediately afterwards, and then they're dapping up and winning and doing something that we were hoping would never happen again in New England, which has become dominant again like a dynasty. So whenever you're looking for your next head coach, I don't think anybody knows who's the right pick this year, but I think the one thing that they should be looking for is who can lead a group in the same direction. And we're going to need somebody to be able to do offense. Because if the quarterback's ass and the offense is ass, your chances of making it, ass. So good luck to all the teams, and good luck to Harbaugh on his next voyage. Now, you saw that pool. There was a couple names in there that people were like, who is it? Who is it? Shane Steichen's in there because allegedly...
What's that about?
What?
He's coming back.
Listen, this is the coach's pool, okay? We just took a picture of it. All right, we're just telling you what's potentially possible out there. And that could be another coach that currently has a job. But Harbaugh allegedly has had a team that still has their coach and didn't make any announcement about firing a coach, calling his team saying, hey, would you think about... So Schefter was alluding in his tweet basically like, there's teams who were going to keep their coach and potentially even their GM as well that now hear about John. I'm not saying the Colts are anywhere near that. I'm just saying it could. Yeah, got a lot of good history with Baltimore. Things coming from Baltimore to Indianapolis. You know, things work out. Harbaugh family. Harbaugh's up in the Ring of Honor. You know, the brother is there. I'm just saying maybe they think about it. Maybe they think about it. You know, maybe John Harbaugh does that. Or maybe it's another team and a fan base that thought, oh, we're doing status quo. We're staying the exact same. And now all of a sudden, John Harbaugh is available. And ownership goes, wait a minute. That is exactly what we are looking for where we are at. Let's go to the Toxic Table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Con, man, you look a little different today.
Yeah, locked in. I mean, all this talk you're, mentioning about the offseason and about, coaches being hired places, that's cool. I'm locked in on the playoffs because I got a game. Ty's got a game. He's in his, entire get-up with the Green Bay Packers. This is my game day game, okay? This is the playoffs. This is a classic Nike Tech playoff fit, okay?
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, look, I'm jacked up. I'm juiced up. I'm hydrated.
Is this your first time wearing one of those?
No, not my first time. I wore it last year a bunch, but it wasn't for my own playoffs. This is more to get into the headspace of it. That's why I wasn't on here. Now that the New England Patriots are back in the playoffs, are you kidding me? I mean, this is a full effort. And this is why it's different in New England. This is why they've won so many Super Bowls, because it's not just the team locked in telling, like Mike Vrabel, you said it, telling Stephon Diggs to shut the fuck up. It's each other telling, hey, you're a fan of the Patriots, well, shut the fuck up and get locked in.
Okay.
There are things of that.
We're back.
We're back. Yeah, we're the 2 seed.
And this is what you used to do during the dynasty right here?
Every single playoff run we had. I mean, we could probably pull up the tape when Mac Jones and the New England Patriots went up to Buffalo and got the doors blown off them. I believe that was the game. They had a perfect game from the Bills. They scored a touchdown every possession they had. I was wearing this on Friday before that Saturday night game. I remember because I got so hammered I fell asleep at the bar. I remember that to a T, and I was wearing this. I was Wick Gumpy. He can attest. But again, we're back. And if this was Friday, I probably would have waited. If we had a program on Thursday or Friday, I would have waited to wear this. But we don't have a program tomorrow or Friday because we're doing, the Fiesta Bowl, the Peach Bowl. So I had to wear it today.
Okay. Well, Ty, he looks a little different, I would say.
A little bit.
But it is nice to know that he's locked in on Super Football weekend.
Yeah, and like you said, he's got a game this weekend. I got a game this weekend. So it's, I don't know. It's weird because he's wearing this, and it almost feels like the game's tomorrow. It almost feels like a Friday.
Well, it is. Good news.
There are games tomorrow.
We got the Fiesta Bowl tomorrow.
Exactly.
Okay.
See, get locked in, boys.
See, that's Super Football weekend.
Come on.
Thursday night, Fiesta Bowl. Friday night, Peach Bowl. Super wild card Saturday. Super wild card Sunday. Super wild card Monday. I mean, we're in it right now. This is the good old days.
Yeah.
This is the great days. This is what we've been waiting for. And after this, okay, we don't even need to talk about it.
No.
Nope.
Football starts going real.
Oh, we got the USXFL.
I forgot about the USXFL. And the thing about it, I heard A.J. McCarron's locked in. I like A.J. McCarron doing it.
So is Ricky Prohl.
Okay, I like that a
Former
lot.
St. Louis Rams great Ricky Prohl is the new head coach of the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
They are.
McNamara,
Yeah.
Dave McNamara, star.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. He was the first pick, I think, last year, 2 years ago.
Okay, and we hope Pavia has an incredible NFL run. Okay, we are pulling for Diego Pavia to have a great NFL run. USXFL could give him an entire franchise right there in Nashville.
Oh,
Yeah, you need to throw the kitchen sink in
expansion
Right
team.
there in Nashville. Yeah, and once again, this is him making the NFL. This is obviously alternate. But here's 2026 USXFL coach. What's the problem? They don't know their own logo. It's crazy. Or the league name. Anthony Beck, West Virginia stud. Okay. Absolute legend out of West Virginia. Played for the Jets. His kid, Rocco Beck.
Yep.
Where's he going in transfer portal? Maybe his entire coaching staff over there at Penn State. Congrats to him. He feels like he's been playing for 45 years. A.J. McCarron, Ted Ginn.
Ooh,
Great hire.
Ted.
I like what they're doing over there at the USXFL. Maybe this is the spring where we get some spring ball, but let's not bank on it because of what we have seen in the past.
Sure.
So let's make sure whenever we're watching these games, meaningful, the most meaningful of all season, we are certainly enjoying them for what they are, which is special. That Fiesta Bowl tomorrow kicks off the college football playoff semifinals. We'll be on the sideline for it. What a great way to start Super Football week.
Man, cannot wait. And just like Common, I got a few games. Obviously, it starts tomorrow, Hurricanes, and obviously I got a couple teams in the tournament as well in the NFL. And I was looking for a Nike Tech as well. For some reason, sold out everywhere. But I'm looking. I'll still be on the hunt.
Have you've never done Nike Tech
Oh,
Life?
yeah, I've been wearing them for years, but for some reason, I don't know.
I think prices are up too.
I know.
Because this one kind of looks new. I don't remember Connor ever wearing
I remember.
this.
I've seen them.
You have?
Yeah. I mean, that's like if you remember bowl game
Oh,
season,
yeah.
travel, you
Yeah.
know, everybody's in the, hey, everyone look the same.
Swag.
Yeah.
Not just the Pats, too, to D-But's point. Still got one Friday, got one Friday, too. And that's the difference, though. That's what it's like having multiple teams.
The ears, though. The ears are different. Headphones.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Bad news bears, gentlemen. Got an ear infection. Can't put any of those earbuds in my ears right now. So just kind of had to go with the over-the-top headset.
Makes sense.
Don't love it. Actually, it's very, very hard to hear myself with these headphones on, but doctor's orders.
Well, I think any headphones with the ear infections could potentially get you. Is
Sucks.
it one ear, both ears?
Both ears, man. It's a nightmare.
How'd I know it was both
It's the
ears?
playoffs, though. Hey, look,
Yeah.
everyone's playing injured. It
Yeah.
just goes,
Well
right
said.
back to ball, man.
Well said.
It does go back to ball. Miami, Ole Miss tomorrow. It's Fiesta Bowl. Peach Bowl, Oregon, Indiana, and then a full weekend of awesome NFL games that wrap on Monday Night Football with the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers taking a victory lap because they basically got Baltimore Ravens' John Harbaugh fired. And Father Maximilian Maxwell, I heard he's doing a little bit of this.
Yeah.
Let's head to Hammer. Dahn. Your thoughts on a massive shakeup in the AFC North? I mean, I'm 38 years old. You're 37 years old, I do believe. Large portion of our football lives here, John Harbaugh has been representing the Baltimore Ravens, who have been battling with the Pittsburgh Steelers in a huge way. Used to have citywide pep rallies whenever they were taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Mikey and Big Bob would have a pep rally the Friday before we played the Baltimore Ravens. Come on, Dahn, swing a sledgehammer at a Baltimore Raven car that we're going to tear up. Like, that is what the Baltimore Ravens Pittsburgh Steelers was for a large portion of our lives. And Harbaugh and Tomlin were that, feels like, Tone. And this is a huge move that I think was almost being forecasted by these insiders before the final game of the season.
Yeah, as you pointed out, we were both in college when Tomlin and Harbaugh were hired. And seeing the pictures of them from their first game to their last game is insane. It is a huge shakeup in the AFC North. But as you were like over these last couple weeks, and we kept talking about it, and you picked up on what the insiders were saying. We're like, yeah, Tomlin, not so sure, but Harbaugh is definitely the name to watch. And who knows what reporting is real, whether he wouldn't get rid of his coordinators, or if the players didn't disagree or didn't agree with him, or if it was just, hey, you've been here for so long, things haven't gone to what we wanted to as far as winning a Super Bowl with Lamar. Like maybe it's just time for a change. But I had a thought last night, like watching him, leave the Ravens organization, and how. Like, the Ravens organization should be so grateful for what he did for them, win a Super Bowl, all the AFC championship games, AFC North titles. Like, just being a good team for that long is insane. And it's going to be really, really hard to replace him. I don't know what kind of hire they're going to go with. I don't know if it's going to be offensive for Lamar or try to fix that defense and what was going on the last couple seasons there. But it's going to be huge, huge shoes to fill, in the AFC North.
Yeah, I agree. Huge, huge shoes was an aggressive decision to go with. I appreciate your brain doing that for you. On that note, would you be saying or being thankful for Ravens fans saying Steelers fans need to be very, very thankful for for Mike Tomlin and what he did for the Pittsburgh Steelers immediately upon the exit of Mike Tomlin, if this was to go the other way, because that's kind of how it was being talked about. Mike Tomlin, it wasn't really being talked about him being fired. It was more so like, I think Coach Tomlin will make that decision. Also, look for him to maybe get into TV. Like, TV was being talked about a little bit too much there. And then we immediately start thinking about Coach Tomlin on TV, and it's like, God, be the greatest. And the amount of money that people are, streaming platforms are trying to get sports audiences right now. They're investing in NFL. They're investing in live games. Who has a resume that's great? Well, obviously he does. That's why this conversation's even happening. Who is an incredible talker about the game, leadership, storyteller, everything basically. It's him. So you start putting together like, oh, he's going to TV if they lose this game.
Yeah.
And then on the Baltimore side, Harbaugh's going to leave if they lose in this entire. And they were even saying the day after Harbaugh gets fired or leaves Baltimore, he'll have 5 jobs lined up. And I guess that's exactly how this has kind of all gone. They've almost been telling us this for like a month now, feels like, Toad.
Yeah, they have. And yes, last night when he got fired or whatever, it did make me think about Tomlin and think like, hey, whenever this run is over, yes, I know there's been the criticism, and it's come from me. It's come from everyone over the last 5-7 years or whatever, how long it's been since the Killer Bees. That hopefully there is an appreciation for what a person has done for 2 decades as a football coach in your city. But no, I mean it's insane. And yes, and they said the same thing about Tomlin and Harbaugh. If they get fired, they're going to have job offers the next day. And you saw it happen with Harbaugh. Teams with coaches are calling Harbaugh to see if he potentially has interest, are the reports. And yes, I believe Tomlin would be the same way. But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't have ended in Baltimore, or if it does end in Pittsburgh, it doesn't mean it shouldn't end in Pittsburgh. It just means that there's such a good coach that somewhere else they will improve the situation at somewhere else much more.
Well, also, I think there is a freshness.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there is a freshness to professional sports in which it's a meritocracy. Joining us now is a man who played for Coach John Harbaugh over there in Baltimore, a 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion player coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, former Baltimore Raven, Arizona Cardinal, Pittsburgh Steeler, Philadelphia Eagle, and Indianapolis Colt. Ladies and gentlemen, A.Q. Shipley. Hey, Q, tell me about Coach Harbaugh. Obviously, you played for him over there in Baltimore, had great times. I think you, from my understanding, big fan of Coach Harbaugh.
Huge fan of Coach Harbaugh. I think he's phenomenal. I think his messaging has always been consistent. And what you get when you get Coach Harbaugh is the same principles of an Andy Reid team. Remember, he came from Andy Reid's team and system in Philadelphia. He goes down there and built a culture built on defense, toughness, special teams, all 3 phases. But listen, the guy's a winner. He's averaging 10 wins a season over his 18 seasons. He's been phenomenal. Their defense hasn't been up to par the last couple of years. Their offense obviously let them down a little bit this year, and then obviously the special teams at the end. But this guy's an absolute animal head coach that anybody would be happy to have.
Well, I think it's what it sounds like is people are certainly looking into it. He's still lifting, too. I think he's still getting under the bar and all that shit.
Big time.
Harbaugh.
Do you think he's you think he's the last, guy to probably go from special teams coordinator to head coach? It feels like that does not happen very often anymore.
So I think with kickoffs being more important now, I think special teams coordinators that are really good, I think will start getting a conversation. But on that note, it's going to be a tough gig, even then.
Yeah.
Like, that was a very abnormal hire. John Harbaugh, special leader, I think, is the way they kind of viewed it in Harbaugh family, kind of known as being great coaches. Special teams, although the coordinators talk to everybody, okay, every day, basically, have relationships with all three phases, are good at making decisions, right? Critical situations, game situations, game management, because normally that affects special teams somehow, whether it's a kick, a punt, or hey, we need to get out, we need to stop the whole thing. So I think they are normally very good candidates in theory, but I think it's hard for the ownership to pull a trigger if they don't have like an offense person sitting right there and they know the quarterback thing. I think it's a tough decision to make for people, which goes back to Harbaugh being that was a special hire for them. And then him being there for 18 years. Job well done. I like the move for both sides. I know it's not good for the family he's going to have to move. They've been there for almost 20 years. I assume they're a staple in the Baltimore community. Joining us now is a man who might have an idea on how this goes. Remember, he was staple in a city, then gets up and goes somewhere else. Guess what he does there? Oh, becomes a staple in a city as well. You know, sometimes legends are just legendary no matter where they're at. Maybe that'll be Coach Harbaugh's story wherever he heads. We know it's for this man. Ladies and gentlemen, the third member of the Bull Ring of Honor down there for the Houston Texans, future first ballot Hall of Famer, friend of the program, CBS broadcaster with a new haircut, JJ Watt.
Yay!
What's this? What's this? You're wearing a 3-3-14 teams hat over that new hair that you debuted?
All right. I'm already having a morning. I don't need anything put on top of this morning that I'm having.
Okay, all right. Stay away from it. I was very excited to see your hair. Your hair looked unbelievable on Sunday. I was very excited. And then I just learned of the record of your team.
I made my entire breakfast this morning, and I was extremely excited to eat it. As I carried it from the counter to the table, I caught the edge of the counter, and my entire breakfast ended on the floor. So that's where I'm at.
No.
So I don't need any shit from anybody. I've already got enough on my plate.
Okay, well, off your plate.
Because it's on the floor.
Oh, James, we're sorry to hear that, dude. It's Super Football weekend.
Got a new coach for him, don't you?
Yeah, well, good call. Hey, I'm sorry about the eggs because I've heard about the way you guys all eat over there at the Watt family. That was like an entire thing.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to all the, you know, I mean, he's doing that. It's a long process. So we apologize that happened. You weren't able to get the broad protein start your day you need for J.J. Watt. I did learn of Burnley's record, okay? I didn't like it. I didn't like that it was shown. Right.
I don't like it either.
Well, we're going to fix it, though. Just like we're going to get more eggs, more chickens, getting popping those things out. I don't like that this was shown right to my eyeballs. 3-3-14, I believe, is what your team's record is, even though it's not on that particular graphic right there. 3-3-19, sorry, Jesus.
Big match today.
Okay, so if you're thinking about a new coach, though, I got a guy. Gumpy, what happened to this dude? He was the Columbus Crew coach. Then he goes over to Scotland to coach Celtic, right? Is this not accurate? We got an MLS coach that got called over, okay, to go coach elsewhere. What happens, Gumpy?
He's the MLS coach of the year. He goes to Celtic. After 33 days, he gets canned, loses 6 out of 8 matches. He is now unemployed.
It's not good for
That's the business. Tough business.
That was the sell? That's the new coach.
He's available.
MLS coach of the year,
He's
2024.
available.
I said.
Talking about
3-3-19.
He just got the call up and fucking shit the bed. Got fired.
Celtic, that's a tough job in Scotland, dude.
The hell?
He won 2 out of 8, not 3 out of 25.
Exactly, Gumpy, do the math. Sorry, the Canadian has to do the math here.
I miss company, man.
2 out of 8. He won 2 out of 8. They won 3 out of 25.
Tough
28.
Barnes over there.
Remember, look at the odds.
I was expecting something wildly different when I heard that over there. But, we maybe got a guy for Burnley. I was expecting, it was like the heir apparent to Pele. Not some guy who was the MLS coach of the year and then got the call up to the big leagues, and then they found out quick, this guy sucks, and fired him.
No.
And you want JJ to hire that guy at Burnley?
2 wins in 8 games. They'd be dying for that right now at Burnley. Okay, please. And we need the MLS guy to represent over there. Okay, can't be getting fired in 30 days.
Doesn't sound like he's the right one.
Yeah, he's the coach of the year.
Where's the soccer coach pool?
All right.
Hire Landon Donovan.
Find the pool because
Lando's
Where's Lando?
Am I missing something here? Did Connor just get off a plane from Venezuela?
Dude,
Whoa,
what the hell are you talking about? You of all people.
Tough morning. Don't bring us down.
You should know of all people. I mean, you know what this is? This is a Nike Classic Tech, okay? First of all, how many times did you walk into a game in a jumpsuit? Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the weekend, brother. I got a huge playoff game this weekend, man.
Oh, okay. All right. You're oiled up. You're ready to roll.
I'm not. I wouldn't go that far. Not yet. That's more of a game day thing. But I mean,
especially if it's cold.
Yeah, if it's cold out, and it's going to be cold in New England. Hope Herbert's ready.
Get his Nike Tech ready.
Yeah. You better have a couple classic Nike Tech sport things for the playoffs.
So, yeah,
He
speaking
better.
of special teams, yeah, they did a great job getting you suited up there.
Geez, a lot of special forces out here working in our favor. Okay, and that's a good news, especially in this football world that we're talking about. Let's go to the fact that you're giving inside information to the Texans' opponents. When you call Texans games, they are undefeated. 2 of them are against the Indianapolis Colts. Most recently, this one that just happened. Don't love it at all. Everybody's worried about Tom Brady. The third member of the Bull Ring of Honor potentially just, infiltrating. And I'm sure Shane, big fan, Shane, younger guy, probably loves Jage. Let me tell you everything we're going to do. Now, couldn't stop Riley Leonard for a bit. But
Yeah, didn't know Riley Leonard was going to be going bombs over Baghdad over the top of the defense all day long.
just more. I appreciate that I appreciate that.
That one was
Outcast.
completely not even intentional, but it worked out very well.
Yeah, I thought you were just doing all international incidents and stuff like that, things that are going on around the world. But Riley Leonard is a guy, and on the flip side, this Houston Texans team giving up like this to Riley Leonard a week before playoffs have you a little bit worried? What are your thoughts kind of going in for this Houston Texans team, who I think, obviously with that defense, is going to be able to win any game? If C.J. Stroud gets loose, they can win it. Houston Texans could win it all. That is a very, very real statement. How do you feel after watching them so much this year, and how do you feel coming out of the last game?
Yeah, the last game was a weird one. I mean, obviously we were on the call there, and the vibe was just strange because Jacksonville jumped out to a big lead early, and the Texans pulled their starters at halftime, and like even going into the game. I mean, yes, everybody said all the right things, but you kind of knew, and you could sense it just around, even in the stadium, the fans and everything. Like, yeah, we want to win this game, but we also want to get to the playoffs healthy, and we want to make sure that once we're in the playoffs, everybody is ready. And so it was just a strange thing. Now, you give credit to the Colts. Riley Leonard comes out on his first third down, deep to Alec Pierce. There's a little bust in the coverage there on the back end. They'll have Kamari Lassiter back at corner. So when you look at the AFC, I mean, this year is, as everybody said, more than ever feels like the most wide open it's been. The Texans defense, without a doubt, can stop anybody. It's going to come down to their ability to put up points on the other end that is going to determine how far they actually go.
The Houston Texans defense brings the boo birds to your stadium. That is what they do. Your team fans normally going to be booing your offense because the Houston Texans don't give up anything. That's why when I see Riley Leonard do what he did to them, I'm like, 10 years, $500 million. Yep. Let's see if we can do that going forward. We're running it back. Obviously, you know that. But that is what we expect from the Texans defense. C.J. Stroud, we assume he's going to play his best ball in the biggest moments. That's kind of how I view C.J.
I have a question first before we move to this next game. Is there, obviously you guys are in Indianapolis, Colts territory. Has there been any thoughts or discussions or questions after watching Riley Leonard play about what if?
Whenever we go back in time. So he had a hurt knee, remember, that first week he had a hurt knee whenever we put Phil in. Now, granted, does he get healthy and then we go roll with him that next one after watching him spin it and be able to move? Remember, Jage, this guy, actual hooper, true hooper in high school with his size, incredibly athletic. We never said this publicly because we were big fans of the way he operated and how he was as a human and a teammate and everything like that. But he couldn't throw. He was a bad thrower. I mean, he was a bad thrower. I was third-string quarterback in the NFL for numerous years of my career. Have a couple throws under my belt, not as good as Rigoberto Sanchez this past weekend. There was no reason for you to bring up that other play in real time while I'm watching that game at home. But, like, having a chance to kind of, like, watch practices, NFL practices, with how many different quarterbacks come through and what NFL quarterbacks look like when they're throwing the ball, it's hard to take serious somebody that misses a lot of throws. And Riley Leonard was just missing all of these throws. So I was like, maybe Riley Leonard would be a good tight end because of how athletic he was. So I just assumed he was ass with his arm. Then he comes out and he starts layering throws. Yeah. He's spinning on. I'm like, obviously, he's an incredibly athletic dude. He's clearly worked on this, and good for Shane Steichen and the quarterback coach for developing him. But, yeah, I didn't expect any of that before seeing it, Jage. I genuinely didn't. And then I started asking the same question you were asking. It's like, well, we had this guy the whole time? How long's he been like this? You know, that's the next question.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, obviously the first game he wasn't available anyway, and Phillip came in and did what I don't think that O'Reilly might have been able to do against the Seahawks defense, having to read all those disguises, coverages, everything. Phillip gave him an unbelievable shot, and it was really cool for us to talk to Phillip this week and just hear his whole experience and perspective, the fact that they live a mile apart in Alabama and that he hosted a mini camp for Riley and the Notre Dame receivers 2 years ago. Like, it's just the story goes crazier and crazier the deeper you get into it. But Riley's movement in the pocket, the way that he was able to shuffle around, set his feet, feather throws in, fill some in, and also run the ball. And they didn't even do that much because they were protecting against having to put in their backup who just arrived on Monday. So you add in a zone read layer to that game, you add in a little more run game. There's no question there's something to work with there. Some of those throws were impressive. I mean, unfortunately, Pittman dropped 2 of them for him right in his hands. So it's like he played a good game. It was enjoyable to watch. And I think there's, at minimum, if Daniel Jones is the guy next year for them and he does need a little extra time, you are more than happy to put Riley Leonard out there.
And it would suck for Daniel Jones if he was to re-sign with us and end up being Riley's backup. But I think we in Indy would be cool with that. Hey, if Riley
you
gets
have to sign Pierce. Can you sign Pierce?
Pierce, I think Jonathan Taylor's going to want money too. You know,
Pierce ain't signing unless Danny Dimes is the guy.
He came out and said that certainly is a part of the entire process, which I respect him doing that. People are going to want Pierce on their team, though. I saw a lot of Colts fans saying Pierce needs to shut it. It's like, we want him back.
He's going to get
we would like
very
Pierce.
good. Very good player. Also, his ejection, in my opinion, I get it. I understand the rules, but man, that ejection we gotta figure that out.
These refs
appreciate you in there, JJ.
These refs have gotten worse, and I appreciate you calling it out. Now, I do fear that they are going to keep putting you on Houston Texans Colts games because you do it, but I appreciate you doing it. Hey,
I was shooting it straight, dude. I mean,
you have to, Jay, for the good of ball.
It was such yeah, you throw the flag, that's fine, but that doesn't have to be an ejection. Are you kidding me? Right there? Like, if you showed that video to somebody and said, somebody got ejected from this play, they'd be like, all right, where's the rest of the video? What happened? That's what got him ejected?
Yeah,
come on.
Listen. Yeah, I don't like it at all. I appreciate you speaking up for it in there because there's some commentators that won't tell the ref analyst, hey, shut it. How about that? You know, and Sterator, I appreciate how he operates. We would like Sterator to speak for everybody. You know, Western PA, Pittsburgh guy, Paisan, knows
Big
it.
Pitt guy.
Yeah, certainly. Pittsburgh.
He calls me babe all the time. It cracks me every time. I love it. He's such an old school dude. All right, babe. Great call, babe. Thank you, Gene. That just gives me some confidence.
Yeah, Paisan too. Give him a grazie one time. And it's Pittsburgh.
As opposed to?
You said he's a big Pitt guy.
Oh, yeah. I do that all the time. I didn't realize that was such a touchy subject over there. I used to always just call it Pitt and say, how's it going out in Pitt? I did not realize that they were so sensitive to it.
It's not sensitive. It's just the reality of what it actually is.
It's the backside you nickname. It's
I mean, there's a lot of cities and places in the world that,
Indy,
some people, yeah, exactly. So sensitive would be the word.
No, sensitive would just be understanding that it's different there. It's different there. Okay.
Can I? Because I also got yelled at for saying the Berg. I like the Berg.
You say Berg.
Like the Berg.
You say the Berg.
I said the Berg, and people were like, "It's not the Berg." Nobody calls it the Berg. I'm like, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
That's true. We don't, but I think you saying the Berg is cool. Yeah.
All right. So the Berg is fine, but Pitt is not. Why? Because it's the university.
Can you use it in a sentence? Can you use the Berg in a sentence?
That's a good call, actually.
I thoroughly enjoy all the time I spend in the Berg, and it is significantly hillier and more. I don't know. It's much different than I thought. You could.
How many sentences?
You could die on the roads in the winter.
So you'd have to.
Is there a comma in there somewhere?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Correctly, you'd have to say, I enjoy going down to Berg. It's got a lot of hills and stuff.
Yeah, da Berg.
So did you drop the? Oh, okay. So it's da Berg.
Da Berg.
Down a Berg.
Da Berg.
Yeah, like da Bears.
Da Bears. Da Berg.
They put it down before.
Okay.
Yeah, and down and in that if you want to toss it on the back. But Pitt is the University of Pittsburgh. Okay, let's go Mountaineers. And Pittsburgh is the city. Not everybody that is from Pittsburgh goes to Pitt. Pitt kind of took that.
Right.
They did great branding with it, by the way. They just took the first 4. I mean, that was a good move. But
genius.
They're smart. They're smart. That's a very smart school. I think that's a good thing. But, you got Duquesne Dukes in Pittsburgh. You certainly got a lot of people that don't go to college in Pittsburgh, so not everybody wants to be associated with Pitt.
Carnegie.
Got it. Da Berg. Da Berg.
There it is.
Wow.
Berg.
What a weapon you are. All right, let's talk ball. D-Butt has a question for you, Jade.
Yeah, JJ, today's NFL, without obviously it's always conversation around the quarterback, and a lot of people want the offensive savant. What are you looking for in a head coach right now if you're hiring, especially in this cycle in particular?
I personally Everybody has different opinions on this. I personally like a head coach to be a CEO type, not the coordinator calling plays type. I think there's so much that goes into head coaching from a day-to-day operation standpoint, setting the vision for the building, and also running things for the entire team, not just your side of the ball, and on game day when it comes to managing a game, managing timeouts, managing challenges and everything. I believe that the guy should be a CEO type. And even if he is one of these hot coordinators that comes in, which Ben Johnson is certainly making a case for the other way, and some of these great coaches, but it's just there's so much that goes into it, man. I like a CEO type. So I like a guy that comes in and still hires somebody to run everything else. And you saw this year, D'Amico handed off the play calling duties of his defense to Matt Burke. Defense went on to become the number one. Texans went on this 9-win streak. So I like it like that. That's me personally.
You can always help. You can always help on the defensive side, but there's if somebody's spending their entire existence focusing on something, there's a chance they're going to be a little bit better at it, or more in tune with it, or more dialed in on it. Now, on that note, McDonald's calling it out there in Seattle.
Yep.
Right. They're number 2 or number 1 in every other category other than Houston. Now, how many years does that last? D'Amico's obviously not in his first year, second year as a head coach like McDonald is in his first couple of years. Will that be on forever? It's just so much
Another counterpoint to my own argument, as I'm just debating myself for no reason. Liam Cohen this year was telling us a story about how early in the season he tried to spend a lot of time with the defense because he knew the bias he had towards offense. And he was like, I need to go over and make sure I'm a head coach, not just an offensive coach. And then he said after a few weeks it wasn't working that well. And he was like, no, I just need to focus on the offense and let my defensive guys handle the defense. So I do think it can work if you have full, complete trust in your defense. So when I was in Houston, we had Gary Kubiak as a head coach who also ran the offense, and we had Wade Phillips on defense, who was basically a head coach of the defense. And we were essentially two units that were working at the same time, but Kube was the head coach of it all, but we had two head coaches essentially. It was a really cool setup, and if you can do that, I think that's very effective.
Yeah, especially if there's respect for each other. What is that? The Bears back in the day, they hated each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Offensive, defense, hate each other. Bud Ryan. It's literally two different teams, almost rivals of each other. And that defense, I think, won, big time, long term. It's really the only person we talk about is defense side of the ball. They shuffle it.
Super Bowl shuffle. Yeah, Jim McMahon, though, he was nice.
The fridge.
But they did have two units, basically, kind of in it all. If you can have respect for each other and keep it moving, great. But if one team starts doing a lot better than the other team, that starts getting bad. That's when things start getting bad. Let's talk about another coach that you played for. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Jage, a guy that you played for as well, who play caller, Cliff Kingsbury. He is gone now from Washington. Him and Dan Quinn went into a room and maybe beat the shit out of each other. No one really knows yet, but he's no longer the coach for the Commanders. What was your experience with him? Do you think that is one of those situations where maybe he was, play caller and head coach and learned from that after going and, doing some time in Washington, and now as he gets back into the cycle might change it up a little bit? Or was he one of those guys that could do, two separate units, great on offense, and then just have someone run the defense? Because it feels like he's had a bunch of success as a head coach. Obviously, he had a bunch of success with, Jaden Daniels in his first year back in coaching after getting let go from Arizona. How do you feel he will do if he does get the opportunity to be a head coach somewhere?
Yeah, I think Cliff certainly learned a lot from his experience as a head coach, and then since then being in other roles and having time to reflect and grow. I love Cliff. He's one of my great friends, and I hope he gets another shot. I would imagine that he will, but we did have something similar. When I went to Arizona, a big part of it was also because Vance Joseph was a defensive coordinator there. And Vance Joseph is another guy who I believe will get a head coaching shot again at some point. He's running one of the best defenses in the league in Denver, and he is a guy who can manage the room extremely well, even in tough circumstances. So I would imagine he'll get one as well. But these guys that have been head coaches before, you would certainly think and hope that they've learned since then and wouldn't do it the exact same way the next time through. But this coaching pool in general is an interesting one. There is not necessarily that same, now that Harbaugh's in the mix certainly changes it. But like last year you had the Ben Johnson where it was basically, okay, it's a sweepstakes. That's number one. And now maybe Harbaugh slips right into that role. But it's an interesting pool this year. To me, it's not the same as always. And I always have a funny take on GMs. Like, every single year there's a whole lot more head coaches fired than there are GMs. Yet they're the ones choosing things, and it's just a
No, but we
very
don't know the GMs, and the GMs only speak once a year or whatever, basically. So they kind of keep themselves guarded, and that's a smart play.
They sit very close to the owners, smartly.
Yeah, it does seem like there's some politicking. You know, I'm putting your team together. It's an honor to do as such. You know, we certainly have all seen it, I assume, is what we're speaking from personal experience. Middle of punt period, that's crazy. Right across the field like that right now, it's crazy. Why would, okay, that makes sense. So that's an interesting thing. So, you know, just the whole thought, though, that if the GM and the coach aren't on the same page, definitely not going to work. Definitely not going to work. So we talked to Coach McCarthy a lot, and obviously his name is going to be up for a lot of jobs, as they should, if he wants them. You know, he's told us basically, yes, he's going to try to get back into it. How has it gone for the entire process? We don't know. We are excited for him to get back in the ball. He loves it. But the amount of times him and every other coach that we've ever talked to has all talked about alignment.
So important.
I need alignment. I need alignment. I need alignment. Owner, GM, head coach, and hell, even quarterback. We all need to be rowing the exact same direction, not trying to undercut each other, you know, because GM says, front office personnel, they got good players. That's a good roster. Coaches need to get better out of them. Coaches say, our roster sucks. These guys are terrible. We're ass. We didn't even get good guys for our scheme. Once that starts happening, then you find out who is politicking with the owner a little bit better, and then that person sticks around longer. They made a better case. And then all of a sudden, next head coach comes in. Well, you already know that this person's willing to bury this person. We've seen it already happen. So this new person that comes in, you're not going to bury whenever things get rough? Like, how does that kind of go? Then we saw teams start to interview coaches and GMs together. Remember that? Agencies were kind of like piecing GMs and head coaches together for interviews. Like, hey, these two will get along if you were to hire them as a thing. And then now with the places that we're at, it's like a lot of GMs sticking around with head coaches coming in.
The winner of it all are these search firms.
Oh.
That is hands down the winner of it all.
No.
Like, we all don't know who the candidates are, and you can't just call and bring them in and interview them yourself. You got to bring in a search firm or two in some cases and have them run the operation and take just a whole bunch of money to end up in the exact same spot you were going to end up in.
No, they're geniuses. Do they know ball? Maybe. We'll learn about it. Do you know our building? What you tell us, we know. Do you know our city? Yeah. Travel down there all the time. Do you think you will know what's best for the company that I own right now? Yeah. Plus, you get to pay me $20 million. What an honor. And these owners are like, yep. And then I need to move on.
I had the same conversation with AJ yesterday.
That's on me. I'm so sorry, AJ. Not all whites look the same, especially big athletic ones with Jay. I apologize for that one. I told Schefter, though, as soon as Schefter told me about the two down there at Atlanta, he said, you know, some people, I said, call them cowards. And then Schefter was like, oh, what do you mean by that? Like, Schefter got like intrigued by it. I'm like, well, you're in a position to make a decision. Okay?
Yeah.
That is what you are there for. There's not a lot of people that is what you're getting paid for. That is why you are there, to make a decision. So whenever you opt out of taking any of the blame of a bad decision by hiring it outside, I just think you're not the person that's supposed to be in the place that you're in. Like, that's just a problem.
Well, the problem is you're taking the heat when things go wrong anyway. So like these search firms have been placed as a buffer. They're trying to be like this buffer where, hey, we hired the best people possible and they made the decision. Don't put it on me. They told me this was the best person to make. Yet when stuff goes wrong, people go straight to the owner and they say, hey, you got to fire this guy. You got to do this. You got to do that. You put us in this spot. Get us fixed. Well, if you're going to take the heat for it anyway, just make the decision and actually own it.
And I think you and I both agree, getting recommendations is not a bad idea. Like having other eyes, like Troy Aikman's getting brought in down there for the Dolphins. I think Dan Marino's down there as well, obviously. Like, I don't hate that. Having search firms that don't have anybody related to ball in them just to do like human HR search, like whatever they're doing, I just think that is such a terrible decision, especially in the NFL. There's only 32 of these teams. There's only 32 people technically that are sitting in an actual position to make an actual decision. Like, you get to do that. You don't have to do it. Like,
but to be a devil's advocate, we've seen them make plenty terrible decisions.
But is it them?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So why not try something new if you're the New York Jets? Why not go? And I don't mind the 33rd team. At least those people no ball. You got former coaches, former GMs, etc. Now going into just another firm, and obviously consultants do this in all these other, Fortune 500 companies. But if I done messed it up for 35 plus years, let me hire somebody else to try to make it.
But if these firms, so like, are these firms only working for one team per year? Because if you're the firm doing multiple teams, who's getting choice 1A? Who's getting choice 1B? Like, how are you selling this? Like, hey, I found the best one, but don't tell the other team that I also found the best one for them.
Well, on that note, we need to not kill this business, remember?
In the
I'm not in the business. What do I give a shit about?
Not yet. We will be though.
I don't want to be in it. I don't need anybody calling me asking who to hire.
No,
You don't know the pool of
stop.
candidates in the NFL.
James, you don't know what is possible in the future. What if I go to some owner and I say, hey, we'll be able to make good decisions. J.J. Watt's coming in. You pay me $25 million. And I go, J.J., got $10 million for you to come in here and look at some candidates.
Okay. I'll write a list down real quick.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's not bury the business as a whole.
Yeah.
We just like the right consultants to be consulted with, for the good of the business.
I mean, apparently I'm the only analyst not consulting, I guess, on some team in the NFL.
Telling the refs it's bullshit, not consulting with ownership. Hey, we appreciate you in there for the people, Jay. Appreciate you in there for the people. Speaking of being in the booth, go ahead, Tash Schmidt.
Yeah, Jage, I don't want to just blow smoke up your bunghole, but because you dropped your breakfast this morning, I figured you could use a compliment. You were absolutely terrific in the booth this year. That is no bullshit. And I think we've seen a lot of these guys, like former players, former greats, the first year, they're kind of getting their feet wet still and maybe aren't as good as they could be. I think you came in like gangbusters with Ian and were incredible. What did you think of being back in the booth for your first year? Is there anything you maybe think you need to improve on? And just the experience as a whole, like what did you enjoy most about it?
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. I do. Going into it, I truthfully didn't know what to think. I had no idea. I said my whole career I didn't want to do it. I didn't think I would enjoy it, and I was wrong. I absolutely loved it way more than I thought I would, and I had an incredible team to help me out. Everybody at CBS, but obviously Ian. For having a guy like Ian, who is a stellar play-by-play guy, but also has the wit and the humor and the personality to play off of. And we had such great chemistry. I'm so thankful for that. Evan down on the field. But then even beyond that, I mean, our production meetings and everybody, Ken Mack and everybody giving me the ability to grow and to learn. I have a weekly call every week with our producer, Ken, and I would go over the game with him and he would give me his notes, and we're trying to find the best way to make this thing great. I really love it, man. And in terms of what I want to work on going forward, I mean, I think it's always about balancing the amount of football logistics and knowledge and explanations with the fun, humor, laid back, like sitting on the couch talking ball. Because you can get too in-depth with the football stuff, but you can also not give enough. And I think there's a perfect line that you're always trying to find as an analyst, where you're explaining why the things in the game are happening, but you're not talking down to the viewer. I never want the viewer to feel like this guy thinks he's smarter than me. I want you to feel like it's just we're hanging out, and I know this because I played the game, so I'm going to try and fill you in on it.
How much steak, how much sizzle? That's kind of what we're trying to figure out and try to serve. I think you did a great job. And I think your angle there from defensive end, especially with the Myles Garrett story, which you were a part of a couple different times. Obviously, you had TJ with Houston. You obviously had a lot of things you're a part of. And there was a lot of opportunities for you to potentially be a biased journalist. And you didn't. You remained good for ball. I think that is kind of how you viewed it. I don't know if you actually did view that, but we want to let you know you were good for ball the way you talked about it all. And we saw 2 Colts losses against Houston Texans with you on the call. I thought you were phenomenal, man. And you talk about the entertainment, the levity of it all, and trying to be a human. I think that is very important. Anybody can get up there and just talk about exactly what's going on and try to showcase how smart they are ball-wise.
You just saw it.
Yeah. A lot of conversation on the internet about that already happening.
What?
So, that is the difference, between just being somebody at home and being J.J. Watt, who is also somebody that people at home would view a friend, as opposed to superstar J.J. Watt. So I think you did a great job.
Man.
Love
I
that
appreciate
segment,
it.
too.
It's a blast.
No BS.
Where they ask him questions. Where like
Ask Jade?
No, I don't know if it's called that. It's where they have questions sent to ask him, and then JJ Watt. And maybe it's called JJ answers questions.
It's a brilliant idea by the production crew. I mean, top-notch stuff there from the think tank.
Yeah, well, remember, we forgot about it a couple times, so CBS is not. So
we didn't have a graphic like you guys do, though. We don't have a cool AI-generated graphic.
Hey, whoa. Who?
Ron, there's a lot of people that think you can eat more pizza rolls than me. I will say that. There are a lot of people that believe
what was
you
yours?
could beat me in a pizza roll.
143. I don't know if I have pizza rolls, but if it was like bags of Pirates booty, I'd fuck your shit up, dude.
Okay, so what is
Yeah,
that?
you get deep in that pirate's booty, don't you?
You got no idea.
yeah.
Pirates booty. You got no idea. Digging for treasure.
Oh, yeah, we're talking double knuckle.
Oh, dude. Family size, baby.
Oh, wow. We're fisting now.
Two hands.
Unbelievable.
Good for you. I don't think I fully know exactly what we're talking about.
Pirates booty's like
booty.
the little like
The snack?
popcorn type adjacent snack. Very good.
I thought there was a chance
good.
we're actually talking about ours, but
Could be.
You're telling me Kenzie's never had a little pirate's booty?
I don't know. I don't think so. What is it?
Pirates booty.
Like
It's like
popcorn.
Cheetos. Yeah,
It's like
corn,
popcorn.
cheddar, or not cheddar. Corn, cheese, you
Yeah.
could say, like snack. So good.
Kind of like a white popcorn blended with the Cheeto. The Cheeto
Yeah.
puff.
A Cheeto puff.
Yeah,
There it
Cheeto
is.
puff.
White cheese curls.
There you go. Free ads.
I don't think. I mean, it sounds like they've done a lot for our lives.
Pretty good.
Not our lives, but your guys' lives.
Live for the booty.
That's no free ads. I mean, they've certainly they've delivered booty to you guys. I don't think I've ever done the. I don't think I've
Dude.
ever done the Pirates booty.
I honestly would
a
say
bag
don't even
goes
try.
down in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
It gets deleted.
Deleted.
Well, and that is the one thing they could maybe do is it's about 80% air, 20% Pirates booty in every bag.
Yeah, but it's not just the booty doing that. I think there's a lot of kind of bagged items that have become really
I
a lot
agree.
of gassed up air.
Yeah.
For our sake, they say.
That's why Pringles, they always deliver. You know exactly how many are in there.
And they don't
That's a
fill that
great
sucker
point.
to the top. They don't fill that sucker to the top.
Certainly
Are you
don't.
talking about the little ones that you have to peel off the top, or the actual
No,
ones you
I'm
pop and
talking
can't
about
stop?
the full tennis ball tin. It's the big dog.
No, because it used to be so high you couldn't get your fingers down the side
there you go.
to get it out there. You know, the Pringles can't use that.
And it's still kind of like that, I'd say.
You look like you're digging for booty the way we do with the Pirates
So is that
booty
a
bag.
two-finger thing? Is
Sometimes.
that really?
Because if you don't want to get ahead of yourself, because you can eat a full. I mean, you could probably eat 10 party-sized bags. You do just kind of do like a twofer just to get a couple out.
Bow, bow.
Yeah.
And then you throw them like Tom Cruise.
Exactly.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. You do a little bit of this.
Yeah. How you doing?
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. I think you did great in the booth, though, nonetheless. You said 100 and what on those pizza rolls?
Well, I said I think 150 or 143 to 158 or something like that. But you have to remember, it was to pass out. It wasn't to throw up. It was to pass out. And so I do think I might need to raise it even higher.
What comes first?
To pass out is a lot.
Because you're going to puke and then keep eating,
times,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, you're going to puke and then keep eating. Are you a pizza roll guy? That's why this question came up, or?
Obviously, I've had many of them in my life. I don't know why the question came up. Somebody just asked. But everybody knows the problem with the pizza rolls is that you never wait for them to cool off, and then you just destroy the inside of your mouth, and you have to stop before you're actually done. I would need all the corners cut off if we were doing it.
Yeah, the corner cutoff is a big deal, but still doesn't matter because that sauce is coming whenever it happens. I love a good late night pizza roll. Used to, at least. I don't do it much anymore. I feel like that would certainly make the amount of dumps you're going to have to go through too for that 140.
Yeah, a lot of there's gonna be a lot of wipes. There's gonna be a lot of wipes.
And we know how you freaks do it, don't we? Yeah.
I was a hot pocket guy. I was a ham and cheese hot pocket guy.
Ham and
That was my
cheese.
face.
Wow.
I was a ham and cheese hot pocket.
Pepperoni?
Nope.
It's a Philly steak one. That's pretty darn good.
I feel like cheesesteak. There's
Yeah.
ketchup on that thing. Yeah, you can really get cooking in that entirety. Did you do what did you eat as you ate everything as a kid, right? That's like kind of the Watt thing. We ate everything. We just eat.
We ate a lot of food. A lot of food. Yes, a lot of food.
Dad firefighter
All
chef
sorts
too,
of
right?
food. Yep. Went to the firehouse all the time. They'd be making up good food over there. Yeah, very fortunate. My parents, my dad was trying to bulk us up. There's no question. We had milkshakes every single night trying to put on some weight. He'd buy some of like whatever the cheapest form of steak was, he would buy those. Like, I don't know if it was sirloin or like the
Steakums?
lowest grade. Steak, like actual, is that lower? The
Steakums. I think those ones that you're peeling out,
Yeah.
sizzling. I think that would be the lowest form of steak if you had a
yeah,
box.
whatever protein. Like he was like, I know you need protein, and we'd have spaghetti, like plain spaghetti and everything. Yeah, just hammering food 24/7. Every time my friends came over, they knew there was going to be food.
It worked out, didn't it? Yeah. Look at you now. TJ's got the second most sacks in the history of NFL season.
Insane.
You're both going to be first ballot Hall of Famers. What are you, third most in a season?
I have no idea. And I'm the only one to ever have 20 plus twice.
Ooh. Let's see that, Myles Garrett.
I think he's like one of 5 to have 3 straight Defensive Player of the Years as well.
Ooh. Let's get a milkshake every night for Kenzie, it sounds like.
Only 3 players have 3 Defensive Player of the Years.
There you go. So not one of 5.
Who is that?
Aaron Donald.
One of 3. Aaron Donald and Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor, yeah.
Pretty good company.
Which Lawrence Taylor.
Pretty good.
They're right up there. They're always looking right over my shoulder to remind you.
And just in case you need to remember, I actually did play football before I had cool haircuts.
Well, we can't see him now because you're wearing, I'm not going to say what I was just about to say.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good right now.
That's his old hair. And now let's flip to the new hair that debuted. Just, ooh. Yeah. You look very superhero-ish with the new hair. A lot of people are saying maybe this guy's on local news, maybe he's selling insurance. What I'm saying is he's a dashing lad with a great haircut. And I'll tell you what, you look younger than ever out there. And I think it was the right move to celebrate the season with the new haircut. And it sucks that this happened this morning to you. We got footage from your ring cam inside of your house. Obviously, it's a nightmare situation for Jade.
That's incredibly accurate. Unbelievable.
Good-looking breakfast.
Let's go on food. This guy never stops eating. I know. That's kind of the Watt way.
The only thing that's not believable is how small that kitchen is. I bet his is huge, man.
Yeah, think about the island, how big the island is.
2 or 3
Look at how close the island is to, like, the countertop over there. AI really messed it up.
Well, it's not an island. It's just an extension of your cabinetry, obviously, there. That's what that is. The island is behind us here. What color is your kitchen? White cabinets for sure?
No, navy blue.
Oh, Jage. Okay, do we have massive island in the middle? Is there like a hibachi? Is there a hibachi oven in the middle?
No, nothing is on the island besides a little wet sink. But no, the oven and everything is on a wall. The island is just an island for the most part.
Congratulations. You did it, man.
Hell yeah, Jage.
I've also realized that for anybody out there with islands, there's a certain size that the island is an inconvenience as opposed to a convenience, whereas you can't reach the middle. I got super long arms, 34 inches actually, and I can't reach the middle. So if there's no reason to have anything in the middle of your island.
J.J. Watt can't touch the middle of his island in his kitchen?
Wow.
That's when you know.
Shit.
Wow.
Good for you,
Good
Jay.
Yep. That's like you with your planes. You can't reach your arms out and touch both sides. That's how you know you're on the right size.
I'll have you know, we didn't have Starlink on one of our flights.
It was.
And I'll tell you what.
It was tough.
It was tough to get there.
Yeah.
We did a peek and go.
How was the stop, the New Year's? That was crazy. How'd it go?
It was good. Everything was good. A couple hours of sleep.
Oh, yeah. That voice really secures it.
Oh, it was. It was a good time.
It was good. It was really, I mean, it's kind of like our fake punt back with the Pagano.
There was no reason to bring that up. You said my name, too, and I understand across the bottom of that.
You were on the field. I
was trying to get off it, but obviously I didn't sell it good enough because nobody bought it from New England, and they stayed right there.
Dude, how sick was that when they went with the punt team staying on the field on first down?
Genius. It's genius.
That was so good.
It is such a good idea. I'm not even going to say anything. But yes, it was a genius idea. It is absolutely. I'm happy everybody's response to it is that it's a genius idea, and I'm happy that it worked. And I'm happy somebody tried it because, boy, it's been sitting there this entire time. If we don't sub, then they can't sub, right? Immediately after the play? Yes. Throw a go ball in this thing. We should have too many men. The natural reaction for the defensive team after a punt is just to walk off the field. They're tired. The whole thing, like, they just ran a fake on us. This sucks. Walking off the field, head down. Actual defense, jogging on field, pissed. Once again, you're talking about a lot of pissed off people not paying attention. It's like, first of all, there's going to be 15 people on the field. Second of all, is anybody going to be covering Gunner if we were to throw a go ball here? I don't think so. Genius stuff. I love it.
This was a Carly call. This was right from the top.
Could potentially be what saved them their job. And I'll tell you what, if we're going to get more of this type of thinking, I'm all about it. All right, Jage, we got a heart out, brother. We can't thank you enough for joining us. You're the man. Good luck to your Burnley squad. We need it.
Hey, David. Up the Clarets.
Up the Clarets at least a couple times, maybe 2 times in 8 games. Get that Columbus Crew guy. I'm not calling for any jobs, so I'm just saying there is one that is certainly wide open. And maybe
I'm going to go make some breakfast. I'm going to make some breakfast.
Let's keep an eye out.
You got this.
Let's get a little self-awareness. I know it's the off-season for you, but let's make sure we check this island that is, 13 feet by 13?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, J.J. Watt.
Yeah, Jage.
See you, Jage. That was a great appearance by Jage.
Fantastic.
J.J. Watt can't get to the middle of that thing. Golly.
It's a pool.
Let me get a broom.
Mm-hmm. Imagine having short arms.
Oh, AQ's on there like a little boot. All right, we're back on the other side. Goodbye.
Who is Pat McAfee?
I'm Pat McAfee.
Talks too much.
A little crazy at times.
Energetic.
Give me Alabama to break
the hardest working dude I know.
He's an absolute force of nature.
We didn't stop. There was a point in my life, all I could think about doing was professional wrestling.
I really didn't know what to expect.
Doesn't sit still. Gets out of his seat.
You are anti-American.
I found out Pat was a rock star that weekend.
And right then, right there, I quit my job.
It's a very talented job, very entertaining.
There was a point in my life when all I could think about doing was being a comedian.
Listen, I enjoy being a punter, but not every fucking series, dude.
Some of the most absurd shit.
In the locker room, Pat was kind of the guy for us. He was kind of our voice almost.
You know, I could give a shit about who the hell the punter for the Colts is.
He brings the juice all the time to anything that he's doing.
We got a cannon!
We're going to increase our output of content by 10,000%.
How am I going to commentate when A, you can't hear me, I'm delayed on what I say, and when I do speak, you guys just keep going like I didn't say anything. Like, what am I doing? I got to re-examine my whole life.
He had my heart pounding there for the first little while.
And just kicking the ball against the house.
No way in hell am I going to live in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Nobody can move the crowd like he can.
The cigarette selling came up.
It's really his money.
Point in my life when all I could think about was being an actor.
This is your principal speaking. Magic happening everywhere. Because of who? Me.
You know, he's one of my best friends.
And it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
It's been a hell of a ride.
Probably the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Now I think I found my true love. And that's I want to be like a talk show host. It's what I want to do. I love talking to people. I love learning things about people. I think people want to tell you a story, and you just got to get it out of them. This should be good.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig! Stop! Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Super Football Weekend Wednesday, January 7, 2026. Our tour of the program begins now.
Football!
He's the greatest. God, we love it. And we're heading into Super Football Weekend. Listen, whenever you talk about super and football, you automatically think about the Super Bowl. But we're heading into Super Bowl season because Super Wildcard Weekend's here and Super Semifinal, the College Football Playoff Weekend is here. Thursday, Miami and Ole Miss in the semifinals of the College Football Playoff, trying to figure out who the national champion is. Oh, yeah, they're back. Oh, yeah, we're live on ESPN2 with a Field Pass. Friday, Oregon versus Indiana in the Peach Bowl. Two Big Ten teams collide for the second time this season. Indiana undefeated and favored over Dan Lanning and the Ducks. We'll be live on ESPN2 for the Field Pass. Rams, Panthers, Packers, Bears on Saturday of Super Wildcard Weekend. Bills as favorites on the road. Against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome back to hosting a playoff game to Duval. Niners, Eagles, Chargers, Pats, and then Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers. This is Super Football Weekend, and we're certainly excited about it. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this for a living. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. 9-year NFL vet, absolute stallion of a brain in the football universe.
Hell yeah.
Host of NFL matchups on ESPN.
2. And ESPN Plus.
And?
ESPN. ESPN Deportes.
Really?
Nice.
Are
Disney Plus.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Worldwide, Darius J. Butler.
Appreciate that.
Good to see you, D-Butt. The All or Everything DB team yesterday was phenomenal. It is award season. We'll certainly be celebrating some awards here in a matter of moments with our 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion player coach, ladies and gentlemen, AQ Shipley.
Thank you.
Got the Trenchies today.
Yes.
Today was almost Trenchies Wednesday, but Super Football Weekend because what we got going on. Yeah. Well, it's like 5 days of action, so we're certainly going to talk about that a little bit more. But it was almost Trenchies Wednesday because this Trenchy has kind of been a trailblazer in the offensive line award space for a few years. They're actually doing it at the NFL now. I don't like that they're not taking our trophy that we give out here at the Trenchies.
They should.
But
Absolutely.
I like that more people are giving awards to offensive linemen. I appreciate you paying attention all year to who should win them.
Absolutely, and I think they should have given us a little credit, maybe giving us a little bit of credit. Just saying. I mean, there's some other people that got some credit. We've been doing this. We've been doing this for quite some time now.
People are getting full speeches at press conferences for doing it, and we appreciate them. We are happy about offensive linemen getting recognized, and we are fans of offensive linemen, which is why we are excited that more people are going to be celebrating the big boys, because that's who decides if you're going to win or not, especially in the games that matter. And this is the Trenchies, ladies and gentlemen. That's a trophy. It's been a trophy since day one. And on top of that is a man who is shaped like a
I mean, I look svelte right there. Before you say anything.
Okay, so that is AQ Shipley. I was going to say just random NFL offensive lineman. That's AQ Shipley. If the boys who stole a skeleton from his front yard during Halloween knew that he was shaped like this, I don't think they're showing up.
Not a chance.
Or running away.
No.
I think they're probably just walking that thing out of there. Now, on that note, this trophy signifies the greatness of the big men. And we can't wait to give them out later. Great season out of the big guys.
The big boys were awesome this year. It was really cool to see. It was a little bit different the way defenses played this year. We saw a resurgence of the run game a couple of years ago when we started to see 5 yards per carry. This year, there was a clear effort to stop the run on the defensive side of the ball. Started bringing another safety down in the box and forcing teams to beat you through the air. But the big boys still got after it. There were still some really good run games this year, and pass protection picked up a little bit this year.
Okay, on that note, feels like people are doing a little bit more six-man protection, maybe big tight end. Was that just me watching the Pittsburgh Steelers and a couple other teams, or has that become the new norm because of what defenses are doing?
Well, listen, we've talked about it a lot about tight ends, DNs being a horrible matchup, especially in the run game, right? So now, instead of doing that and sending the tight end through like McVay has done in recent years, now we can just get a big guy there and we can get back to running old-school football, putting a tight end on a DN, but that tight end now is Spencer Anderson from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who's 6'4", 6'5", 320 pounds, and you feel really good about that matchup.
Darnell Washington from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's right.
Yeah.
315 or whatever that is.
He might as well just switch his number to a 70s number.
No, he's got what? Then he'd have to report eligible every single play.
It's all right.
Because he's out here doing this one here. He's doing this one here. But you're right. He's doing a lot of this stuff right here.
He makes a lot more money.
What, with 70-something?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why doesn't he just start working on it?
Now that he broke his arm, maybe he does.
I mean, you're already there, right?
That's right.
You're already there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already got it all, right? So he just needs to work on this, which is the hardest part. You become premier left tackle in the NFL. I mean, that's a lot of money. I know.
Jason Peters.
Even the right side now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I guess because run game becoming so important.
Yeah.
And obviously we need probably 4 or 5 guys anyways. Tackles being good would be good news. Why doesn't it? Is that something that's much harder? I would assume that's very difficult to learn how to do.
Probably, but again, Jason Peters, he mentioned him, that was what he was. He was a tight end at Arkansas. Started off first year or two, special teams. Hey, that guy's got good feet. He's about 300 pounds. Let's let's maybe work an off season like this, and all of a sudden you get one of the best tackles to ever play the game.
Now, you got small arms obviously operate in the inside of the offensive line. If he was coming to Shipyard 2-3 months, we'll be able to get him to kick slide on that thing?
It's still a tough ask. I mean, I have worked
Oh,
with some guys.
don't go to him.
No, it's still a tough ask. The biggest thing that you have to understand about offensive line play, even moving from tackle to inside is a whole different world. It takes some guys 2-3. Can you do it? Yeah, but it still takes guys 2-3 years to become comfortable moving from tackle into guard or tackle into center. It's a whole different world. I think so many people in the scouting world and the GMs and the front office are like, oh, well, it's not working at tackle. Let's just move him into guard. Peter Skoronski, for instance, has become a damn good offensive guard.
Mackay, is he still playing?
He's still playing. But again, when you make that move.
Renaissance move there for the Philadelphia Eagles.
And again, he was much better under Jeff Stoutland's tutelage. He kind of took a step back this year, as that whole offensive line out in L.A. did. But when you move from tackle to guard, and then if you take it another step, tackle to center, whole different world.
Yeah. Darnell Washington, I think he's. Just get him on the line, right? I saw you teaching your nephew. Just get him on the line. That's all I need him to do, right?
Well, we got to start somewhere.
A couple of those.
That's it.
Let's go to Hammer. Dahn. AP Tone, how's it feel to maybe have your premier left tackle or right tackle already on the roster? All he needs to do is head to the Shipyard, maybe.
Come on. Steelers fans have been saying this for a couple of years. Tomlin's been asked about it a bunch. I know Daniel Jeremiah has suggested it as well. We could see Darnell being our left tackle for the future because the center, right guard, right tackle, second year, they're the offensive line for the next 10 to 12 years. So, left tackle Darnell being there, that'd be awesome.
And maybe Aaron Rodgers just plays for another 10 years.
He could.
At least one more.
What's that?
He needs to play at least one more year.
After this season?
Yeah.
That's your public ask right now?
Yeah, because there's basically no quarterbacks coming out past the first two, and there's no quarterbacks in free agency.
Ty
So
Simpson. Yeah. Ty Simpson declared for the draft today. You don't know who the next shuck's going to be. That guy was a third rounder. Now we got people saying, this is going to be the guy.
Sure, yeah, 100% agree.
But maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers make a big-time play with the draft in Pittsburgh. You never know.
Got Will Howard and waiting.
I agree, but they ain't going. They're not going to play him. They don't get it.
What do you mean they don't get it? They drafted him.
They did, yeah. And who did he beat in the national championship? Riley Leonard. And Riley Leonard just carves up the Houston Texans defense. Maybe Will Howard should start this week.
So you want Aaron Rodgers to come back another season, and now you want Will Howard?
I'm just saying Will Howard could do it. But
Such a Pittsburgh fan. I mean, how many years did Jordan Love sit behind Aaron Rodgers?
3.
Okay.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is live from an attic in Ohio. He just turned another year older yesterday. Everybody knows January 6th, this guy's birthday. College football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah,
Hawker, how was your birthday night with the fam? Hope you got a chance to celebrate. Everybody happy you survived another year, thrived another year?
Yep, everybody's happy, survived and thrived another year. But yeah, everything's good. And it's Tone kind of worries me. Tone is such a flip-flopper for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not sure what to think.
Well, is that worry you about the Houston Texans coming into town with the number one defense in the league on Monday Night Football, and with what just happened in Baltimore, all eyes on Pittsburgh because of the way Tone's talking right now? Will flip-flop in Tone, AJ?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Tone deep down, though, he really wants the Steelers to win. We know he's just protecting his feelings. That's what he does. Like, he does this to protect. Like, he doesn't want to get too hurt if for some reason it doesn't go his way.
He's self-handicapping.
I said not one word about the game on Monday. Not one. And it's weird that you let another man.
You said Will Howard. Maybe Will Howard should start this upcoming game because what Riley just did to the Houston Texans.
That was just hypothetical.
But it was a word. Okay.
You guys don't get it. That's clear.
That's what it sounds like. Nobody gets it.
We don't.
And AJ lets another man affect his opinion on what he says. So, is he actually a man?
Interesting.
Okay, Tone, trying to use some of my own material. I get it.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right. Happy birthday, AJ. Happy birthday,
Hoggle.
Happy birthday, Hawker.
we also-
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is the greatest of all time. We are so incredibly lucky that he obviously joins our show every single week. Also, getting a chance to listen and hear his thoughts on the state of college football is obviously something we all need a little bit more of. Ladies and gentlemen, the former coach of Alabama, LSU, Michigan State. He was at Cleveland Browns, Ohio State as well. And probably somewhere before that.
Miami Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Kent State.
They wouldn't fucking hire him, remember? He played there. He's an alum. They won't give him the job, from my understanding, if that is accurate. Proud Golden Flash, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Saban.
Yeah, coach.
Thanks, guys.
Is that right?
How we doing?
Great. How are you doing, man? Was there a time you wanted the Kent State job and they didn't hire you? Do I remember you saying that sometime?
Yes, yeah, you're right about that. I came in second. Sometimes the best deals you make are the ones you don't.
Well said.
Amen, brother. Amen. Speaking of good deals, we got a great Final Four here for the college football playoffs that obviously start tomorrow at the Fiesta Bowl with Miami and Ole Miss. And then we got Oregon and Indiana. And obviously you are going to know a lot about all four of these teams because these are four of your disciples leading the way here. And I don't know if you heard or a message got back to you, but the other night, okay, and you said I'm one of your close friends, so like I view you the same way. I'm happy we view each other that way. And as your close friend, I want to let you know I will get disrespected for you. I will feel disrespected for you. So all these other schools are hiring Saban disciples. Okay, the Final Four are all Saban disciples. Then Alabama loses and they don't have a Saban disciple, and you're already there. Did you ever think about that whenever the decision was being made with Greg Byrne? Like, were you part of the conversation on whether or not, should we continue with one of my guys? Should we go a different direction? Like, why do you think that happened? And should I feel disrespected for you for them deciding not to hire one of your disciples when it's clearly the right decision in college football in 2025, 2026, and forever?
Yeah, well, I think if somebody was available, I'm not sure anybody was available that they could have maybe gotten to come here. And I do think that Kalen DeBoer is a really good coach and doing a good job here. This is a tough transition, especially in this environment that we live in college football in terms of, players coming and going. I think there was like 26 players that got in the portal when I retired. So that's a lot to overcome for anybody, and it would have been a lot to overcome for even, one of the guys that formerly coached for me. So, I fully support Greg Byrne and what he decided to do and how he's done it, and I'm hoping that they get the ship going in the right direction here. It's not bad to get in the playoffs and finish, in the final 8, but not the expectation around here, which is tough to live up to sometimes.
Yeah, well, you created that expectation, obviously, and we will certainly talk about your disciples having the success that they're having and what you see from their teams that maybe you see from the programs that you were building there. But Alabama losing in the way that they lost, I think all of us are like, this ain't the Alabama team that we know. And it's easy to just automatically point fingers. Kalen DeBoer signed up for the job. We think he's the right guy for the job at the time because of how much success he has had in the past. Felt like he was mature enough to have to fill in for your shoes. And we're not saying that at the time we weren't on board with Kalen DeBoer. We're big fans of Kalen DeBoer. But now that we're looking at these 4 teams and they're all from your tree, it's like, wouldn't that have been the right move? Maybe keep the success train rolling. I appreciate you saying, I don't know how many people were available at the time, and obviously you support Kalen, but let's talk about these 4 teams. Obviously Mario Cristobal and you, very close. We got a chance to see that. Hard-nosed football team. Ole Miss, this Golden guy, I don't know if anybody else could have been able to do what he has done in this mental toughness that is needed to keep everybody going in the same direction with the massive distraction that it was with Lane Kiffin. Dan Lanning, this guy seemingly just psycho for football, loves this thing out there, has completely run Oregon into a place where it is a premier destination for all 5 stars, basically. And then Kurt Cignetti in Indiana. Obviously, this is literally out of a movie. What do you see from these 4 programs that you think, maybe I did have a little piece in helping create the cultures of these places? Is there anything that you see?
Yeah, well, one thing that I see in all these teams is they have a mentality about them to play physical football and a lot of mental toughness and how they play and how they compete in the game. And I think that's contributed to their success. Even Ole Miss, who is a fastball advantage throw, but they run the ball extremely well. And, Dan Lanning has changed the culture of Oregon as well in terms of a physical, tough, on the line of scrimmage team. Every one of these teams have tried to build themselves on physical, tough, on the line of scrimmage teams that, play with great intangibles. And, Indiana, man, they were impressive in the game. Not that Alabama played great and they made some mistakes early on that hurt them, but these cats, man, and everybody talks about their offense. They got some dogs on defense now. Yeah. These guys play hard. They play fast. They make plays. They play together. They don't make a lot of mental mistakes. They're well coached. They fit the runs. And this pop they put on Ty right here.
Boom! Pons, yeah, that's Pons right there. Hit that. I mean, absolute hit stick right there.
Yeah, and he's a good player. So incredible the job that they've done at Indiana. I mean, just Kurt Sig has done a fantastic job there. There's no question about that, because his is a tremendous turnaround from a program that had no real tradition in football, and has been able to establish what he's established in these first 2 years he's been there is phenomenal.
Okay, on that note, Connor has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, as you can see, I'm ready for the playoff games this weekend and on Friday with Indiana. And right now, people are kind of pontificating that Sig could be a candidate to go to the NFL, especially to the Raiders in Mendoza, kind of a package deal almost at the number 1 overall pick, and then Sig as the head coach. What do you think about that type of situation? Do you think that's something that might, intrigue Signetti? Do you think that's something that might work? And what do you think would be kind of the difficulties with Signetti going to the NFL? And then also, real quick side note, did your golf buddies kind of understand that, hey, Indiana isn't Indiana anymore and they need to put some respect on their name now?
Yeah, they're all bought in. They're all bought in now.
Good.
So I've never talked to Kurt about going to the NFL. I don't really know that he has any interest in doing that. I will say this, though. It is a fairly difficult transition to go from college to the NFL if you've never been in the NFL before. When I took the Dolphins job, I had been in the NFL for 6 years, prior to that. 4 years as a coordinator of the Cleveland Browns, 2 in Houston as a secondary coach. So I understood the NFL. But if you've never coached in the NFL, developing players is not a lot different, but how you bring players to the team is tremendously different. And I think you've got to have a organization that is vertically integrated from top down to be able to have success in the NFL, because you have a lot more impediments in terms of competitive balance in the NFL. You got a salary cap. You can't draft whoever you want to draft. You got to draft who's available when you pick. So sometimes that doesn't work out. You got to pay the right guys on your roster and on your team, and then you got to develop a team chemistry that is a little bit different than working with college players. So it's a lot different in terms of the system and the parity of the system. Things that you can do in college, and that's one of the reasons I came back to college. After 2 years in Miami, I said, I can control my own destiny a lot better in college than I can in the NFL, because here we have a team that I took over that's 4-12, oldest team in the league, $17 million over the salary cap, and no draft picks because they gave them all up for Ricky Williams. All that is kind of hard to overcome. And I love Ricky Williams. He's a great competitor and a great player and played great for us. But, there's a lot of obstacles in the NFL that are a lot different. And you don't see a lot of games in the NFL. Like 70% of the games are, decided by a touchdown or less. You don't have that same parity in college football. And I think it's more difficult to succeed because of that sort of competitive balance that's created by the league, which is really good and what makes the NFL what it is. I mean, really. You've heard me say this before. If everybody was, 500 going into the 18th week of the season, everybody would be happy because there'd be 32 fan bases that are still cheering for their teams to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, optimism is certainly high. Now, in the NFL, you got a lot of fan bases that know their team's ass about 3 weeks into the season, and they still hate watch the rest of the year. But the NFL's numbers outrageous. College football's numbers obviously outrageous. I think a couple of things you mentioned there obviously hysterical. I think you said impediments, which is a great word. I'm going to start using that as my own. I'm going to act like it's mine. But also impediment, a hindrance or obstruction of doing something. Incredible word. I love the fact that whenever you're in Miami, you were just like, so many impediments around me. It's just so many. What's a word I can say for all the shit that is everywhere around me? Impediments. Contracts are real there too. That salary cap, contracts are real. Here in college, you can kind of hit and miss, and as long as you have somebody continuing to back you. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Coach, I think a big thing that people don't think about, someone has a great coach, they hire a great staff under them. I guess your coaching tree is legendary. It will be forever. When you you can evaluate players obviously very well, but you seem to be able to evaluate coaches and bring in the right type of people. What is it like? How did you hone that, and how did you learn as you were a coach? Like, hey, this is the right guy to hire. This is not the right guy, maybe.
Well, I always look for people that had great character, good knowledge, could relate with people, good teachers, could present to players as good teachers. But also, you have the advantage of what is the track record? Most of these people that I hired had a good track record. I mean, they may have had some issue along the way, but they had a pretty good track record in terms of what they were able to accomplish with whatever group they were responsible for. So, players, you don't always have as much of a track record as you do with coaches.
Yeah, the Nick Saban Waters has blessed a lot of people, a lot of people. I don't know if you've been hearing the quotes these coaches have been saying about you, brother. I hope you have. Signetti said, I learned more in 1 year with Coach Saban than I did in the last 27 of assistant coaching and how to be a head coach. And then Coach Lanning talked about, the 1 year I was there, and then I was with Kirby, which is basically the same thing. And they all talk about, basically the attention to detail is kind of, you had a plan for everything. Do you think that was your superpower? Like, what do you think you were able to do that maybe others weren't? And what do you think these guys take from you and kind of take it to their day? All four of them lining up compliments for you, Coach. And honestly, most people would hate that that's happening, but because it's you, everybody's like, hell yeah, happy to see this guy get his flowers. That's very abnormal. You're a very abnormal character. You need to know that. But what do you think is the superpower of your program?
Well, I think what we were able to do is create more value for players, and not just in terms of how we developed them on the football field, but, whether it was academic support, graduation rate, medical staff, psychological development, so that you could help them sort of figure out what it takes to be successful, strength and conditioning program for development. I mean, we had the best of almost every one of those things. Nutrition, we were always a little bit ahead of the curve. And I think some coaches look at things through a straw, just like, okay, I coach the offense. I'm worried about the plays that I call and the offense and all that. But there's so much more to it than that when it comes to being able to recruit good players and showing them that you're going to create value for them so that they can have success, not only here in college, but maybe when they go on to the NFL. And then when this process that you develop comes to fruition in terms of how many games you win and having the most players playing in the NFL, making the most money, it just sort of brings in the next player that's pretty good. And I think that they kind of understood that this is a process that's much more detailed than just what we do on the field.
And once you see $1 billion in contracts start happening, it almost starts recruiting itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I still got to go out there. Hell, Miss Terry, see, you saw me two-stepping up in the house. You saw me doing the whole thing. You got to do all that stuff. But it all matters is basically what everybody's saying about the way you go about doing your business. But
I can step through it, though, right? I mean, you saw me stepping through it. It wasn't like I was not didn't have any rhythm or anything.
And you also had the upper body timed up with the lower body. I think that's maybe your baseball, maybe your golf as well. I don't know if that's where you got your rhythm from, but obviously you can move. You can do a little Tuesday. I don't know if I saw the Cupid Shuffle up there. I would like a little bit more action maybe. We'll see if you can kind of get into that. Let's talk about the action, though. That's about to happen on the field. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Coach, playoff time. This goes for the NFL and the CFP. You kind of are who you are. Your identity is what it is on both sides of the football. But if you had to lean one way, obviously you have to adjust as the game goes. If you had to pick one, a red-hot quarterback just kind of on a heater or an elite defense, which way do you lean going into these big-time games?
Well, I think you need to do both things, really. I don't think you can win on one side of the ball or the other. And when you look at these teams, I think that all four teams that are in the finals for the college football playoff could beat either one. Either team could beat, in a one game, could beat the other team. Like, the three plays that Chambliss makes against Georgia and the drive that put them ahead, it's 57, 58, and 59 on the playlist if you want to look at it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this guy scrambles around 3 times in a row and makes big plays that change the whole game. He could do that against anybody. Now, Miami, you could say, they have such a good defense and they're so athletic, maybe he won't be able to make those kind of plays against them. That remains to be seen. Oregon, The Oregon-Indiana game the first time was 20-20. Indiana made a couple plays, critical plays in the fourth quarter of that game that turned out to be the difference in the game, 30-20. I know they were playing at Oregon, but either one of those teams could have won that game depending on how they finished the game. So, look, I don't think you can win unless you can keep from getting beat, so it's important to be able to play good defense. But the way people score points now, and the whole reason that we changed our whole philosophy here from running the ball, old-fashioned kind of NFL football, play-action passes, running it more than you threw it, Derrick Henry gaining 1,800 yards, playing good defense. Hard to win that way now. Hard to win that way now. As soon as people started going no huddle, spread, advantage throws, RPOs, all these things that took advantage of the rules, people started scoring more points. So if you can't score points, it's hard to play good defense and win games.
I think we got the 4 right teams, man. I'm so excited to watch these squads. Thursday, Friday, leading into Super Wildcard Weekend. It's a wonderful time to be in ball. How are your Predators doing? Are we winning? Are the Nashville Predators winning or losing? I don't know. What's going on?
They're 6-2 since we bought in, so they're doing all right.
Not
So
bad.
They were 6-1. They were 3-0 to start with, so maybe I need to go give them a pep talk or something.
No, they're 0-1. Remember that the night you actually signed, I don't think any of them met you, and I don't think you did a press conference yet. They lost, so that would mean they've been on quite a tear. Have you talked to the boys? Have you been in the change room that they have?
No, not this team. They have a, I don't know what they call it in hockey, but like a mini camp for a lot of their prospects. Whether they're playing in college, whether they're playing in the American Hockey Association or whatever. I went to that camp. I talked to those guys. I've talked to the front office on occasion. So it's fun to be involved.
Yeah.
It's fun to be involved with the team.
Can we get you on skates? Have you been on skates before?
Ooh. No, I don't know shit about hockey.
Leadership and winning, baby. This is the type of consultant you call for anything. We appreciate you. Safe travels out to Arizona, Coach.
Hey, we're looking forward. I guess I'll see you out there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you got it, brother. What are you heading out there? You heading out forget it. I'll see you out there tomorrow.
In the morning. I'll see you out there tomorrow.
Yeah,
All
long
right.
flight.
Have a good one, guys. Appreciate you, man. Thanks.
Long flight, Coach. Long flight. Yeah. Long flight.
Lots of them.
That's Nick Saban.
Yeah, Coach.
Obviously, we're flying good and easy, but it's like, send a text. Hey, how long's the flight? And then also, how long is FBO to where I need to head to? Just so we know the entirety of it all. And it's like, whoa, this school's way out there. All right, we got a long drive. We got a long drive on the other side. That was like LAX. That was LAX whenever we got out there to Rose Bowl. I don't think any of us expected that.
Well, a couple people had a short drive.
They happen to be right here.
Just landed right near my room.
Tomorrow should be awesome. It's a fantastic time to be alive. Now, who will be getting hired, in these jobs? Who will be getting each individual franchise back on track? Who will be the guys tasked, or ladies, hey, no women in this pool here, but maybe there's somebody that we haven't, brought up that maybe gets a head coaching job in the NFL. But nonetheless, there's a lot of places that are down in the dumps. And these dudes are going to be tasked with turning an entire city around. It's not as easy as a couple of these guys have made it look. Think about Liam Cohen. That's a dream situation right there. Liam was hired so late with so much chaos that they thought he wasn't going to be able to provide a staff. Remember, they thought he wasn't going to be able to hire a staff. It's too late. This guy's not even going to be able to. Is he going to have a running backs coach? I don't even know if he's going to have a running backs coach. Yeah, he's going to have the greatest season in the history of Jacksonville Jaguars that are going to host a playoff game.
Crazy.
That can happen like this. New GM, how old is that kid? What is that thing? These idiots are trading how much for the number 2 overall pick for a wide receiver and a corner? What the Jacksonville Jaguars going to do what Duval do, man. That just sounds hilarious. And then they turn it around completely, and it feels like their culture is completely set. And then you see them in real life, and it's like, hey, they look like they got it. That Jacksonville Jaguars team really does.
Oh, yeah.
This is a scary-ass game for the Buffalo Bills, I would assume.
I think so, too. And a lot of people obviously just coming in. If you haven't watched the Jaguars all season long and just knowing who Josh Allen is and who he has been since he's been in the league, you will lean that way. You always look at the quarterbacks. But this team on both sides of the ball, you talk about hiring the staff. Anthony Campanelli has been great with that defense, turning the ball over and also playing good with the other numbers as well. Trevor Lawrence has been unlocked. He's finally the guy that a lot of people expected him to be. So I cannot wait to see these teams on this stage because everybody knows the playoffs, is a completely different landscape. And as far as the coaches go, 9 offensive coaches, 5 defensive head coaches now in the NFL. And I think 4 of those 5 defensive coaches are all on the AFC side. So I'll be interested to see how that impacts this hiring cycle.
Yeah, and to your point about, Trevor Lawrence being unlocked in Gladstone, once they got Jacoby Myers, like the entire team, it felt like change. Like Brian Thomas Jr. had that really slow start. I think Jacksonville actually led the league in drops, or at least drop percentage. I don't know how those graphs work, but they had a bunch of drops. They bring in Jacoby Myers. That offense completely changed. Parker Washington, you brought up earlier, he's been unbelievable since Jacoby came in and became that like kind of safety valve for Trevor Lawrence in the offense.
Liam Cohen, what does he do on the offensive side, AQ, that makes people sometimes be wide-ass open seemingly during these games?
It's the same thing Sean McVay does. He does such a good job of using his tight ends and disguising them, sometimes putting them in the backfield, putting them through the B gap. They get lost in coverage, and all of a sudden, Brenton Strange is wide open, missed coverage down the field. It's Parker Washington. It's the shifts and the motions. It's the run game. It's all the stuff that you see what makes McVay so good. Liam Cohen brought that same thing.
AJ, they got an edge to them, too. These guys got an edge, Age, which I think we all love, obviously, but it's dangerous in the playoffs, Age.
It's definitely dangerous. I think how D-Butt put it, like Trevor Lawrence has been unlocked. I feel like Liam Cohen is the guy for him. And if you remember early in the year, remember like the rumors back and forth that they weren't really getting along or seeing eye to eye maybe 100%? And that absolutely is not the case now. They're definitely both on the same page for sure. Packers, Bears, how do we feel as we sit on this particular Wednesday, just a few days from Super Wild Card Saturday, Ty?
I still feel good about the Packers in this one, but both of their defenses have kind of been shite the last several weeks, so it feels like whoever can get a stop late in the fourth quarter might be the one who wins the game. Like both of the games so far this year haven't been too high scoring; they've been pretty back and forth, but I think both of these offenses are going to move the ball at will and score points.
Yeah, I'm excited for Super Wildcard Weekend. I'm excited for all of these games. I'm also pretty excited for, if you guys get a chance to kind of watch tennis, I didn't know they do this. Did you guys know they do this? You can just kind of sign up online, win a raffle, and then just like the field goal contest that happens on game day, you can win a chance to be in an actual professional tournament. This lady right here. Abdel Kadar. That's an actual.
I thought she was rope-a-doping her, and then all of a sudden she turned it on later.
No, she got 2 points from 2 double faults from the actual professional tennis player. A lot of people in the tennis community are saying, hey, pro, you're double faulting against this person that has never really held a racket before. This is almost like Super Dog down there in Australia for the breakdancing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ray Gunn. Yeah.
Ray Gunn.
Super Dog. Yeah, Ray Gunn. Same thing. Same difference.
She was Super Dog.
She was.
Do you remember whenever they were coming out saying, I trained hard for afterwards, they were trying to get mad at people, and then they kind of just bought into it, I think, like, yeah, we kind of did that. We're in the Olympics. So don't I tell you? This lady in an actual professional tennis game, congratulations to her. She had no right to be there, and she knew that whenever she stepped up to the plate and to the tape, so we appreciate the hell out of that.
Yeah, could have qualified for Wimbledon. I think they should put a player like this in each tournament anyways, just to show how good tennis players are. Ray Gunn there was a big scandal there, right? Ray Gunn ended up married to the guy who ended up picking who won the goal or who was supposed to be on the team.
I don't remember it exactly, but I do remember that people were certainly saying Ray Gunn was not our best representation of breakdancing around this island continent of Australia. Yeah. And after going to Australia and seeing the humans and how jacked they all are, I assume there is some phenomenal breakdancers out there. And they were probably pretty bummed out they got dead last place in that entire thing. But the run in a circle while laying on your side, my daughter was doing it the other day. She's 2.5. I thought to myself, that's Olympic breakdancing.
Yeah.
Changed the game.
She did. She Super Dog changed it all.
And who are we talking about? We're this far removed. We're not talking about who won gold or silver or bronze.
True.
We're talking about Ray Gunn.
When I landed in Australia, I asked 4 or 5 people, is this the town Ray Gunn's from? got a lot of. They used a punt word. That they use over there. To me, though, it's like a basically knowing that I was joking.
Yeah.
And telling me to scram, basically. Gotcha. I don't think they have a lot of gratitude towards the super dog, the breakdancer.
They should.
But we should be respecting the hell out of this lady.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if she accidentally puts arm up like this, Daria, it hits and just right down on the line after something comes back so fast. And then all of a sudden starts stacking points. Maybe this one, accidentally. Little drop shot because her technique's so bad. 30 love. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got going on here?
Get one here.
All of a sudden, we're stealing one. Now we got a brand new movie. This is like the garbage picking, field goal kicking.
Philadelphia phenomenon.
Philadelphia phenomenon.
Yep.
That's what we have happening here right in front of our eyes, potentially. I didn't know tennis allowed this. We need more people to start signing up for the super duper raffle to play the professionals.
That was also bullshit because she is a hard court player, and that was on clay, so she really wasn't ready for the surface. I think that's maybe what threw her off a little bit, why she didn't know where she was supposed to serve from, et cetera, et cetera. Like, had this been the Australian Open, for instance, where they play on a hard court, I think she probably that suits her skill set a little bit more than the clay.
Learned how to play from Wii Tennis.
I mean, I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I think it hasn't even.
Definitely a surface issue, though. Ty's right. On hard court, she's unstoppable.
That's the first thing I thought. I said, well, she's not a clay court player.
Is a square stand, jump, serve, the move on hard?
Tailor-made for hard court.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I like that she walked right out there. She had to have a couple friends in the stands.
Fuck it, I'll play.
You hear what whatever her name is doing? Well, she's in an actual tournament tomorrow. Has she ever played before? And she looks over, probably a little cocktail or two. No!
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Pumped, though.
So excited.
It's going to be fun.
Does the lady you're playing know? No! She's no
pro.
idea. Walking in there with the fucking thing, doing it. We were supposed to have Schefter 7 minutes ago. He's been on the phone with an owner or two. So who knows what moves are potentially being made. You know, maybe Schefter will have a news break for us, even though he'll save it to tweet it, and then we'll have a chance. Well, the thing about the X, and I've realized this over time with these insiders, because these things like to compete.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
These things.
The X is the scoreboard. That is
certainly.
This is the original.
Yep.
This is when you're putting your score up. This is the time. This is when I got it. So that is how it. I believe it is all tracked on who had what at the time. So every time these things tell us like, oh, and we're like, tell us. Wait. Okay. Ownership fired. Blah 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 blah. It's like that. They need to get that. That needs to get on to X as fast as possible. So anytime this man takes time away from his multiple phones and his life of gathering NFL information, we appreciate him. Michigan man, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Yeah, Schefter.
Schefter.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Oh, new watch. Wow, this guy.
Same watch.
Oh, the ACS there? What's the middle name? Charles?
Chairless. Chester.
No.
Adam Charles. Adam Chucky Shefty.
Craig.
Oh, Craig
like
Shefty. Okay, Craig.
Yeah. You know what? Pat, you'll appreciate this. My mother wanted to make my middle name Scott, but then the initials on the shirt, you can only imagine what that would have looked like.
Yeah, Axe would have been sick. I like that she's thinking that far ahead, but also Adam Scott would have been such a good insider.
Oh.
Yeah, it would have been good. Well, what could have been? But we're in a good spot. Obviously, Shefty bombs are a thing. You dropped one with the Harbaugh firing from Baltimore. Felt like you guys kind of had an inkling that this was possible heading in to the last week, basically. And I'm saying you guys, I'm talking about the insiders as a whole. Rappaport said on the Insider Show that he had heard from his sources that maybe the locker room didn't like Harbaugh anymore and maybe they known that there's been a rift. What is kind of your information on how we got to this point and obviously what Harbaugh...
I don't think that information right there could be any less true. The players were coming into his office crying, hugging him, sending him goodbyes, calling him one by one. If they felt that way, why are Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers and Isaiah Likely and all these players coming in, crying, hugging him, giving him these long, warm goodbyes. I'm not buying that.
Okay, so let's go ahead and slide that to the side as something that is not happening. AQ Shipley, who played for the Ravens, said that Harbaugh is his favorite coach that he's ever had. So I think there's a lot.
That would be consistent. That would be consistent with the type of things that I've heard.
Schefter, I've never seen a coach take their players back more than John Harbaugh, especially in the media, too. All the stuff that Lele took early in the season, he stood at the podium, he stared every one of them in the face and had his back. And I think every player respects him because of that.
Okay, so how did we get to this point then? What do you think was the reasoning? Was it just everything that we had talked about?
I just think here's the deal. Sometimes nobody does anything wrong. You go on for 18 years, and it's time for everybody to go a different direction. It's okay. Nobody has to do something wrong. There doesn't have to be some salacious reason. Doesn't have to be some fight or something like that. Sometimes it could just be they fell short the last few years, whether it was for Zay Flowers dropping the ball, fumbling the ball at the goal line, or Mark Andrews not catching the 2-point conversion, or Tyler Luke missing the field goal, and you don't get the job done. And you know what? It's time to just go make a change. Like when I covered the Denver Broncos back in the day, Dan Reeves was a great coach. And after a while, Pat Bowlen just felt like, you know what? It's time for me to take back my franchise. He wanted to go a different direction. He hired Mike Shanahan. They won Super Bowls. That's what happened. In Denver, John Fox took them to the number 1 seed 3 times. He did a great job. It wasn't like he did something wrong. They shook it up. They moved on from him. They hired Gary Kubiak. They won a Super Bowl. It doesn't always work out with a happy ending, but sometimes these owners just feel like time to make a change. We see it in the business world. There are companies that make changes of CEOs after 10, 12, 15, 18 years. 18 years is what John Harbaugh did. He won more road playoff games than any coach in history. He's the belle of the ball right now. These teams are going to trip over themselves to hire him. He can pick the spot he wants right now.
Okay.
It's just time to make a change sometimes.
Okay, and them making a change after 18 years, something that they haven't done because he is the CEO, was the surprise. I think a lot of Baltimore Ravens fans were potentially looking for the same thing that maybe you're pitching there, like a little refresh, a little reset, new voice in there. You talk about him being the belle of the ball. You put out a tweet that alluded to maybe a team that hasn't fired a coach has already reached out to John Harbaugh to potentially look at an interest, and then you followed up with that, like at least one, likely more. Okay, so right now, everybody around the NFL, outside of I don't want to give a particular number, but there's a lot of teams looking at their situation, wondering if John Harbaugh would be better. That maybe wouldn't have been thinking that if they didn't know when they didn't know that Harbaugh was available. Is that accurate?
I think what happens is, and I think it was a little bit like when Bill Belichick is let go. When there's a legendary coach who's out the door, I think every owner looks at himself and says, okay, do we think that John Harbaugh or Bill Belichick would be an upgrade over what we currently have? And there were a couple of teams with acting sitting head coaches that reached out to just kind of see what was the temperature. You know, this is what Brian Harlan said. And again, all these teams make decisions. There are the immediate teams with openings, okay? And I can tell you that the majority of them, if not all of them, have some level of interest. Some that I've spoken to is extremely high. Extremely high. So again, John's going to have his choice there with what he wants to do, and you have to evaluate the situation. Who's the owner? Who's the GM? Who's the quarterback? What about the market and the city? These are all the things that you take into consideration. I don't think there's anything more important than the quarterback situation. Anything. And if you go back to Washington a couple of years ago, that organization was as bad as there was for decades. And all of a sudden they draft Jaden Daniels, and in 1 year, bam, they transform themselves into a place that's exciting and interesting. They didn't play well this year, and they're struggling, but for a year, it was magic. And so I think it's going to be about the quarterback and who you can build on. One other point I want to make about John Harbaugh here. When Sean Payton of another pedigree was available, the Denver Broncos gave up first and second round draft choices to go hire him. First and second. John Harbaugh is about as accomplished as Sean Payton. And so he's now free, where the team that hires him doesn't have to give out any compensation. No first, no second, just go hire the guy. So how would that not be wildly attractive to any one of these teams out there? It is. And he will be, and he'll have a job if that's what he wants, and I believe it is what he wants.
Okay, so there at the end, you kind of noted that he does want to continue to coach because I don't know what the contract setup is with Baltimore, but obviously he's very accomplished. Some coaches take a year, just kind of breathe a little bit. Whenever everybody in the NFL that needs a coaching change is calling you, offering you $18, $20 million, whatever it is, to come in and fix their place, obviously you got to listen. Congrats to Harbaugh, you've earned it. Now let's talk about another older coach, one that was AJ's coach for the entirety of his Green Bay. Go ahead, AJ.
Coach, I'm sorry, Schefter. What about Coach Mike McCarthy? What are you hearing about him? We hear rumors that he's interviewing for the Giants or other teams. What do you think about him? What's the timetable, and is it likely that he gets a head coaching gig in this cycle?
He's gonna have a chance. I would say that he's gonna interview with the Giants next week. He's gonna have another team that lines up an interview, from what I understand. So there'll be at least 2 teams that are interviewing him. Now, again, let's be honest. Again, I come back to John Harbaugh because I think he's going to be option A for a lot of teams. So if all of a sudden the Giants put on the full court press and they get John Harbaugh, bam, they got their guy. If not, I think a guy like Mike McCarthy absolutely comes into play. He'll be in play elsewhere as well. He's been around, understands what it takes. Teams know what they would be getting. I think he's got a chance, but early in the cycle right now, hard to say how it's going to shake out.
Okay, let's talk about previous head coaches. Yeah, tell everybody, and we appreciate you doing this. It does feel like there's some sort of hammer hitting something at one point.
Hold on, let me go shut this door. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Shefty, shut down a set. Shut down a set. We got good Tupperware down there. We made our lunch.
Well, let me tell you what's going on here. Pat. Okay? Mm-hmm. We had a leak in our kitchen, mildew, and so they got to replace all this stuff. And I can't even tell you the way we're living for the next 3-4 months here. This is going to be as unpleasant as it is.
No, you got to go get Airbnb, brother. You got to get out of there. Black mold potential. That would be your excuse. You need to get out of there, dude. Because if that's what, where are you at?
You know what? My wife doesn't want to leave. We got 2 disabled dogs that we can't have them disoriented. We have to kind of take care of them.
Okay.
And so we're here. We're going to live through it. It ain't going to be fun.
You can make adjustments though. You're like
3-4 months.
Yeah, 3-4 months. I mean, we can find something similar to what it is. Maybe same decorations even in there. You know, you got.
But Pat, my wife took the occasion to, while they're doing this, of course, they were just going to redo the whole kitchen.
Of course.
Oh yeah, we have to. You never know where that black mold is. Mm-hmm. That could be anywhere. That'll kill you.
Now's the time. Gotta get.
Yeah, you're right. That 3-4 months too. That's definitely how long it's going to be.
Yeah.
How
old are the dogs?
That's certainly.
How disabled?
Of course.
I don't want to go.
We have a 19-year-old dog, blind, deaf, has lost her vision.
Yeah.
We have a 16-year-old dog, lost the use of her back legs. We have to take her out every time she needs to go out. We have 2 other dogs. We run a assisted living puppy facility, like a dog care facility. It's amazing. 16
and 19 years old. Hey, that beat the game. Congrats to those dogs.
They refuse to leave us. They love it too much. My wife gives them too many treats and bones and everything like that.
Talk to Tom.
Respect. Shout out to those dogs living the long life. Okay, let's get back to ball here. That's your house. I thought for sure you're in public.
No doubt. Hotel.
3, 4, 6, 7 months. You know, these contracts certainly.
They're working. It might be 2 months.
Oh,
they're working.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
It just started this week too. Just started.
Oh, and they found out at your house? Did they know it was your house before they give a full projection, or after? Just now are they learning it's your house?
I have no idea.
All I know is
you know what? My wife gets very anxious for obvious reasons about travel. She doesn't like to get on an airplane. I tell her, and I mean this, I feel the same way about construction and noise and all these workers and like porta potties in your driveway that she does about travel. Like it makes me
Let
very
them shit
anxious.
in your bathroom.
Yeah,
better than them dumping in your room. Yeah, you don't want them in your master.
Hey, get one of those like super nice porta johns. That's like a trailer outside. Make sure these guys' cheeks are paid off, and let's not have single ply out there so they can get this done a little bit quicker. But what I'm saying, as soon as they looked and saw it was you, buddy. 3, 4, we got an idea here. We got a new upgrade in this. Oh, logistical issues. Weren't able to travel this stuff, but guess what? We got a replacement, $500 more. It's easy amount, just similar. I mean, you were about to get worked out there.
It's going to be 18 months.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, stay strong out there, brother. Good luck in there,
Who's
man.
going to be the head coach? Insert team name once they know I mean, you get a couple Giants fans in there. Maybe.
Oh my God, leaks are coming out of that kitchen.
Oh yeah,
and not just through the pipes.
Right.
Oh, you better keep that shit locked down, Schefter. Okay, let's talk about this coaching cycle as you're certainly battling. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Schefter, we know Harbaugh, he'll be a special teams. He's a special teams background guy, so he's kind of the rare one. But your early lean on more defensive or offensive head coach, when you look at this coaching pool right here, a lot more hot defensive names right now, but what's your early lean right now?
Wow. I mean, that's wow. Well, I'm going to take the layups. I think John Harbaugh is getting a job.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kevin Stefanski is going to get a job. So there's my two jobs, and now we got some really interesting candidates: Robert Saleh, Vance Joseph, Brian Flores, Minter. Oh, I think Minter's got a real chance to get a job here.
Sig?
Who else?
Signetti up there on the high dive. You never know if he's coming in.
I don't see it. I haven't heard anything yet that tells me that he's going to the NFL.
Okay, that's great news in Bloomington.
Yeah. By the way, that doesn't mean it can't be, but to this day, to this moment right now, nobody has said to me, Curt Signetti is looking to go to the NFL. No NFL team has said to me, we are plotting to make an overthrow of the Indiana football coach.
No, an overthrow. Jeez Louise.
Topple the regime.
I mean, it would just destroy Indiana. Indiana's holding on to IU football like there's no tomorrow. That's all they got right.
Well, we got Sig, for 10 years, right?
10 years.
They signed him for a 10-year deal, and that deal changes every single time a new deal is signed, basically. Yeah. And Sig's putting green down there goes from 3 to 4 to 5 to 18 holes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's
that's
going to be Wahlberg's backyard by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, is that still for sale? That house was so nice.
So nice.
Oh, my gosh. How does he ever leave that place? Well, he doesn't. He spends.
Exactly.
That's why he's waking up at 4 a.m. He wants to see the whole house.
Bingo.
That makes a lot more sense now that we know his schedule. That place was so nice. I think he just built one down in Florida. That's what Sig's got in Bloomington.
Exactly.
He also has a statue on the way already.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, already has a statue on the way for the Big Ten championship. All right, Schefter, we appreciate that.
I would say take Curt Signetti off that board until further notice. Take him off.
Who should we move up forward closer to the front?
Yeah, who needs to be bigger in the pool?
Let's see.
Who's far from the shalala?
Is there anyone not on there we need to add?
Okay, Halfley back there, Kubiak, Weaver,
Halfley. Jeff Halfley definitely needs to be on that board. Definitely.
He is, but he's in the way back. He's behind Matt
Saleh.
Nagy.
Yeah, he's behind Saleh.
Casey Garrett,
Shula.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard at the beginning to know how it's going to shake out exactly. Like a lot of speculation. Again, I'm going to come back to John Harbaugh. Just like I think teams were waiting to see what would happen. He's free. Now we have to see where he goes, and then everything follows that.
Ben Johnson of this year.
Vrabel or Ben Johnson. Yeah, Ben Johnson. But yeah, either or. Those are the choices.
Well, he's like Vrabel.
Ain't no Vrabels in this pool. Okay. We know that.
That guy's ready for Super Football weekend. Do you have one of these Nike Techs, Schefty?
What are the Nike Techs? I don't know. I don't got one of those.
It's a sweatsuit.
Really?
I think you should. You know what?
Pretty sweet.
It's gonna be hard for us to find them these days.
Connor's got more cred than I do, obviously, and he's got more connections and more pull than I do. I don't got one of those.
Well, he's not the most important person. Sorry. Yeah.
It's pretty important.
Yeah, very important.
Down south, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nike Tech's in the news today. Obviously, you wouldn't know that because you got happening in your kitchen for the next 6 months and a coaching cycle happening. We appreciate the hell out of you, Schefty.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. That's Adam Schefter.
Yeah, Schefty.
Kitchen isn't where you hang out in your house either.
Never.
We got to have him on every day to see how frustrated he gets with the more and more banging that's going on.
Did you hear that? Hell, let me shut this door. Okay. Cutting marble and cabinets over there. That's going to be a while. As soon as they saw Schefter, too, he talked about the same watch. They saw that, too.
Yep.
For one of those watches, we can add a full. Think about this. How about an island right here like J.J. Watt has?
Mm-hmm.
You definitely won't even be able to touch the middle U.
Mm-mm.
We got that here for you.
We'll have a little hole for you. Pop up in the middle.
You're already paying this amount, just an extra $10,000. That's nothing really in the grand scheme of things. Get a loan out for it. 30 years, $10,000. Start doing the math. Paying $33, $333. Worth an island? Certainly worth. Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
His wife. Oh, I didn't even know that was possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take us from 3 to 5 months, though. You're already doing 3 months.
Done.
Well, how about this cabinetry over here? We got a chance to really put in a hibachi grill, and we have to change the fan above it because that's got to be an exhaust fan, you see? But then we need to build an entire exit up to the top of the roof. Only takes 2 to 3 more weeks on construction and on the build, but you have an hibachi oven right next to your other oven. And then obviously you got multiple grills out here. But you got a hibachi grill, you have friends over, you do the thing. Oh, how many more weeks? 3 weeks? Oh, 20 more grand? Put it on there. What's that? $700 over 30 years?
Mm-hmm,
Oh my God, no problem at all. Boom. Now that we get, that's going to take us 5 months to 7 months. Okay, no problem. We got to build it all the way up. But that's actually 12. This guy's in this for the next 2 years.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Those dogs aren't going to make it through the renovation.
I didn't like the way you guys were talking about 19-year-old and 16.
That might be part of the plan, though,
look,
to be honest.
At a certain point, 19-year-old dog, that thing is just begging to run into the street at the right time.
No, that 19-year-old dog's waking up fighting every single day. That's what dogs do. That's why they're absolute dogs. Yeah, I got Val right now. Val's old dog, senior dog. And it's an interesting thing with Val.
How old, though?
13, 12, 12.
Dang.
Yeah, at 7 years.
That's so long.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, we're off tomorrow and Friday from the show, but we're live on the Field Pass and College Game Days. Super Football Weekend kicks off tomorrow with the semifinals of College Football Playoff. We appreciate you all so much for allowing us to do this for a living. We'll see you on ESPN2 tomorrow night. Goodbye. All right, we got to make picks. We got to give out Trenchies. Nice. We got to wrap up this beautiful Wednesday on the other side. Let's enjoy the hell out of this.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Boys, it's Super Football Weekend. It's award season.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go to Hammer. Dahn. You pumped about award season?
I love award season. It's my favorite season of the year.
Where John Harbaugh goes to Cleveland Browns.
I believe his wife's family is from there, so.
What if he says, you know what? I want to battle the Steelers every single year.
I believe he grew up a Browns fan.
There it
he
is,
was born in Toledo.
I think he played at Miami of Ohio too.
And Stefanski goes to Baltimore.
Okay, listen to the Steelers fans.
That being said, he'd have to be a moron to go coach the Browns.
Bingo.
What if he did it?
Imagine if he turned him around, though. Imagine if he made him
I
something.
don't think Tone thinks he's a good coach. You don't think Harbaugh and Stefanski are good coaches? Because you want them out of your division if you thought they were. We know that gimmick.
No, I just thought that would be a fun thing where they just flip-flop.
On that note, Jason Garrett to the Titans makes sense. Let's get to a break.
When you think about it, yeah.
Don't do that to Cam Ward. He doesn't deserve that.
Dude, what? That guy had winning football down there in Dallas.
Jason Garrett's doing great, doing Sunday Night Football, doing those dances.
He took
He's
Romo
awesome.
from
we need
Northern
him on Sunday Night
Iowa
Football.
to the #1 commentator on CBS.
Good coach.
I would like to say, I agree on that note. I would like to say that I think Jason Garrett on TV is one of the best we've seen from league to TV. He's phenomenal. And everything I hear him say, I think to myself, that guy should still be coaching with the way he's acting and talking. So if he's going to go down to Nashville and save Nashville's team in the AFC South, I'd like to see him do that.
No, can't lose him from that show. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Will not do it. Can't win with it. Can't do it.
Won't
do
win
it.
with
Yeah.
He's a Nashville guy, though.
Won't do it.
Isn't he? I mean,
You can see it.
He can dance. We know he can dance.
oh my God. Hey, we would like to give a shout out to that entire Football Night in America crew for their commitment to the bits of the TikTok dances. I mean, they're full. I don't know how many days in advance they're getting these things. There's some real choreography happening in some of them. I respect and appreciate their full commitment to the bit.
Hell yeah.
Very much so. I do also appreciate the fact that Mike Florio, Mike Florio commits fully to these things.
Yes.
But also, he is going to find a hilarious angle for every single piece of information somehow. His tweet today about the ratings being the highest since 1989, and then in parentheses going, interesting, there's more viewers than 1989, isn't it? Especially with the way everything is today. Back into parentheses. Here's the layout of how it all works. It's like, what a fucking hilarious thing. All-time high in ratings, basically. All time. In 2025, the NFL had its highest regular season viewership since 1989, which means more people were watching NFL games in 1989, which is kind of surprising given the current popularity of the sport. It's like, what a fucking angle. Yeah. I would not have been able to think of that angle. That is a good, you're right. Holy shit, I was 2, so I don't really know if I was contributing there or anything like that. But just hearing that stat and then immediately going, 1989 kicked the fuck out of 2025. That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? It's like, that's amazing. Just immediate.
A lot more impressive now.
Attention grabber.
A lot more, because in 1989, would you have 7 options to watch on TV.
If that.
Yeah, now you gotta have 8 platforms just to watch.
Yep.
You know, streaming and TV. Like, only thing people watch now is live sports, like live. Outside of that, like my kids barely watch like regular TV.
The cord cutting.
Oh yeah.
Generations are happening. There's still a lot of people that have it. Obviously, the numbers are outrageous for linear stuff. I mean, these numbers are crazy. 57.3 million on Thanksgiving. Congratulations, Thanksgiving. Still holding it down as the best football holiday. We need these turkey bowls to still happen.
Oh yeah.
We need kids that are unathletic going outside in the yard. Maybe on the street, telephone pole to telephone pole. Maybe hurting themselves playing ball for the good of America.
That's right.
Thanksgiving is clearly a football holiday.
Always will be.
Amen. Well, we know the actual holiday. We'd like to let everybody know we do know the whole thing. And that felt like a good moment of people coming together. Just like football.
Thankful.
Super football weekend. Let's see what these numbers are, huh? Football up and to the right. Sports up and to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like we're all understanding that sports are the great unifier.
Yeah.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. Take 5.
You don't want to play your best basketball in January. You don't want to be a monster in January. You want to be a monster in March.
And you ain't, Oh, you're about to get cooked by all these crooks. Walking, talking, bucket has you shook. That's all these crooks. Oh, you're about to get cooked by all these crooks. Walking, talking, bucket has you shook. That's all these crooks.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 3, 2, and...
This thing's been staring at me all damn day.
Oh, hell yeah.
$500,000, Tyler. To the
You don't read those fucking books before the games, right? All those books.
Take the phone.
The first page.
Wow, holy shit. Braun read it.
That's it.
Biggest fans. Ty has a question for you, Tom.
Yeah, Tom, first and foremost.
Yeah, I know you, Ty. Thanks, man. Hey, Ty.
Hey,
brother.
I love you, Ty.
Wow, Ty, good for you, Ty.
How about one last hoorah for the crowd?
You want me to do another one? I'll do another one. Hoorah!
This is awesome. Wait, my mom wants to say hello real quick.
I love your show. You guys are so funny.
Let me introduce to everybody. Big Mac, Roy Z, Doobie, Match, LT,
boys?
Little Kid Leno,
Hey, little kid.
Don Wilson.
You son of a bitch!
That's what it's about.
My wife always says I say sorry wrong, so.
Could you strike you out?
I think I can, yeah.
Heard you ran in a CD last night. Is that accurate?
Not falling for it.
Where's the best place to get some gator?
Yeah.
I'm the best place to get gator.
It goes! Feet together! Feet together! Peter is taking a dump.
Thank you very much.
Pimento cheese and ketchup.
Just like.
Oh, I
Start at the tip. I don't think I fully under.
Oh, can I get some soup?
Yeah, these look amazing.
I don't think this is even cooked.
Notre Dame beats Pitt today, and that is this
Jonah!
Hello, beautiful people. It is our honor to introduce the legends that are going to be bombing balls this evening. Welcome to Paris Island, South Carolina, where they make Marines football. Howdy!
I just got a red, white, and boner.
I think I got a little freedom erection happening as well.
Got it by the head.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I dropped it.
much.
Are we doing a moment of silence? They're doing national anthem for the Weenie 500. Oh, shit.
If I were an Oscar Mayer wiener.
For $1 million. Look, Sydney. Holy shit, man. Of course.
I do have family members with Down syndrome, or as you guys would call it, Dahn syndrome. Fuck it. Easy.
So what we smoke? We
We don't care who sees.
What's a Pro Jam song that I would know?
Even flow.
Big Nirvana fan?
I am.
Favorite song?
Oh, wait, no. Okay, I just lied. Never mind.
Do we need to take this to a back alley or something?
You guys are out of your mind.
I believe what we are waiting on right now is for an American lad to walk out to a window and say, "It's me. I'm your next POPE."
I was told, do not touch it. Boom. This thing is beautiful.
Guy's got to poop his pants. We're going to wrap this thing up.
Matthew Golden's there. He is. Go get him.
Matthew Golden, wide receiver, Texas.
Let's fucking go!
Bones! Fossils!
6 a.m. My 7-year-old daughter comes in to wake me up and says, the skeleton's gone and the other one's broke on the front lawn. We're driving with kids.
Okay, Dano.
Dan,
can you pull over?
There's more coming.
Okay, we'll call you back. AJ Hawk has a question for you, Mr. President.
Yeah,
Okay, he's a great player. That's true. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, my youngest son puked all over himself, went to the hospital, so my whole family's not here anymore to hear that. He seems to be doing not much better.
I used to go pick corn off the cob, go put it in the microwave, put some butter on it, and serve it to him, and then I'd eat some as well.
Got chewed out after that one.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Bet you loved it.
Gnawing on that thing.
Yum, yum, yum.
All right, Chuck.
I'm going to do you, con man.
What?
Just like quick shout out, Constance.
Connie?
Sis lost her house.
Oh, no.
She lives in the Palisades. 40 years there. Good shout out.
Now it is official. He'll be back coaching with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Please have me on, every now and then.
No.
Mike McCarthy's going to become a coaching free agent.
I'm getting tired of getting corrected up here. I tell you what, this is bullshit. God damn.
Hey, Jay, you did a great job today. I thought you'd give me some more questions.
Thank you, Coach.
Mathematics is the language of the universe.
Galileo, Galileo, let me go.
First and foremost, if you can feel it,
Chase it.
hell yeah.
Congratulations!
Fuck yeah!
Is your kid okay on the beach or what?
I hope so. Who knows? Not me.
Let me wreck a rim.
Not trying to advertise anything, just
No, of course not. It doesn't look like it at all. No, we're still live, Coach. We're still live. He was like, get me the fuck out of here.
John Cena, you can't see me.
If I could just use a couple seconds of valuable airtime and say like, yo, at least get the closure you need. I'm good with it. I'll be fine, but I ain't coming back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hulk Hogan!
There it is. A lot of people out there who maybe, were pissing on the Hulkster when he passed away. But, lo and behold, you see the Angels wings, you see the halo. Turns out St. Peter is one of the biggest Hulkamaniacs. Shut up, fat ass! I'm looking at you, pal! Yeah, you! There's so many fast food
Is this
restaurants.
a German accent?
Do you want to just shut the fuck up? I'm going to cut you off right there, Dano. You can tongue my beanbag. This is my true self, and if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself.
If we hit a baseball, who do you think would hit the baseball the best?
For sure. Ty or Tone?
Tone, I love
fuck
it.
you, Kirk.
All right.
Mike Lee is here. Ben Stiller is here. Timothy Chalamet is here. Let's send these sons of bitches back to New York with their ears. Bring it.
You trying to think you were going to bury me? I don't think so, John. Hey, Coog, suck it, buddy. Thank you, Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
We got 2 words for y'all.
Yeah, you waiting for. Yeah, you waiting for. Okay.
When I'm dead and gone, they will say that I was a loyal motherfucker. If I die, I die. You gonna got a problem with Cole. You got a problem with me, Gunther.
McAfee again with a super kick.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. Hey.
See you next year, Coach.
All right, we love you. Here's Jim on our show doing his thing, showing the world exactly who he is, which is a compassionate, brilliant, wealthy legend. Rest easy, Jim. I fucking love you.
A lot of people don't realize is from here to the moon is 208,000 miles roughly. You think about that, and that's far, but like Mars, think about this, is 250 million miles. 250 million miles. So, that's a little different thing because when you go, it takes about anywhere from 9 to 11 months to get there, depending on the alignment.
Are you going to fucking Mars?
And so,
Jim, are you going to Mars? It sounds like you're...
I wish I was. I think you have a chance to do a show from there when you're 80.
I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly, feel like new school dean, life's pretty cool, G3 jobs, fuel means tank top, blue jeans, never change, crew needs, deep shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account juicy, canceled who me, boogeyman spooky, folks watch who sees, hating folks dookie, yeah you waiting for. Yeah you waiting for dookie, yeah you waiting for dookie, yeah I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes, and you hating folks dookie.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Super Football Weekend Wednesday, January 7, 2026. Hour 3 of the program begins now. Football is the greatest. That's AJ Hawk. The Toxic Table is here looking very normal at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. I'll tell you what, Age, no mention out of you. Pretty crazy. We thought that was potentially going to be the first thing that you were saying, but instead you took a shot at Hammer Dahn AP Tone because his little wishy-washy Pittsburgh Steelers takes that have been happening all year. He's kind of self-handicapping himself, but expecting a Super Bowl, and if it doesn't happen, going to be very pissed. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler is here, and 12-year Super Bowl champion, an absolute legend. Ladies and gentlemen, AQ Shipley. Age?
Yes.
At the end of this show.
Yes.
I'll be eating booty, brother.
Yep, I heard.
Have you ever had one of these booties?
Pirate booty? I've had, yeah, kids love that stuff.
Okay. Well, the boys here certainly love their booty, and I have never, I can genuinely say I've never tried this. I have seen the bag. I think the bag kind of looks like ass. So maybe that's why I haven't chose it. I'm more of a Cheetos man myself and Cheetos household. You know, Cheetos Puffs, I believe, are what Mackenzie enjoys whenever she's trying to eat something in this avenue of food. But I'll tell you what, AQ's just telling me that he's going through 2 buckets of these things a day. Conman said he's eating booty from morning till night, basically.
I'm not kidding. I'm eating enough booty to feed a family. Like, it is a full family-sized pack of booty.
And in Iowa, did you guys eat booty as well?
No, not as much. I am not also like buying booty, but like if we get on a plane and there's some booty there, I'm gonna eat it. If I come in here and I have to open the bottom drawer and there's some booty there, guess what? I'm eating it. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like if you see booty, you eat booty.
Yeah, Bruce brought it up. It might be an East Coast thing. Like New England, we've been eating booty since.
I believe it's
5.
made in New England.
doubt. Okay, there it is.
Is it? I'm not 100% sure. The trade.
Kind of a younger thing. Younger kids are into that a lot more than older generation.
No, it's.
I regret to inform New England.
It's not.
Another great thing out of Hershey, Pennsylvania.
I knew it was the Pennsylvania thing.
Pennsylvania
See,
just creating greatness. That's crazy.
That's the thing. PA just doesn't eat booty like New England.
No, they do.
I don't think so, because if that was the case, I feel like Pittsburgh and.
I don't know if I'm the right
person.
person to judge anything, though, as we all know with how I kind of go about how I've operated with everything.
Yeah, but if we got multiple. I know a booty eater when I see one.
Tony Diggs. Yeah.
Tony Diggs. He would have been the one pounding the drum for it.
And my daughter eats booty literally every single day. So
Okay, so what about when you were a little lad, little paisano? Were you a booty eater? I don't think this.
No, we were more of a Snyder's cheese curls city. Snyder's of Berlin, cheese curls, barbecue chips. So.
Oh, I remember spinning the top. Oh, the big top thing. I mean, that's what I was doing. That's this genre of thing.
Yes.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
not. You don't get that as much. It's not as. It doesn't leave a mark. It's the type of booty you eat that just kind of goes away.
My wife texted me and told me the booty eating is like eating air. It's a little lighter than.
That's kind of what Ty said.
That's correct. Yeah.
Which is why it's great. Which is why you can eat a 10-gallon bucket of booty in one sitting.
I guess my wife not a big booty eater from what the text messages and from what my understanding.
You can learn to love it.
Yeah, you can learn to be a booty.
Again, never buying booty. Taste. I'm not going to the store and buying booty. Now, my kids aren't to that point yet. But again, if I see booty, I will eat some booty.
Okay, well, let's talk about the origins of booty here. Pirates Booty was started in 1987, same year I was born, with Robert Ehrlich, who founded Robert's American Gourmet Food and created the Cheesy Puff Snack in Seacliff, New York.
Okay.
Aiming for simpler, more natural ingredients than competitors. It began as an organic-focused snack, later sold to B&G Foods, and then to the Hershey Company. But its origin lies with Ehrlich's vision for a better cheese puff. And listen, I saw the Pop-Tart story as well. Getting something to really pop off is a big part of, transforming your family's life in an entire area. Hershey obviously grows in what is. Pop-Tarts, the entire town blossoms in this. I assume Booty has done a lot for a lot of these towns.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I assume Booty has really done it for Hershey, if I had to guess.
Phenomenal.
Chocolate booty? People eating chocolate booty, I assume.
Well, in Hershey, they combine
Chocolate
them.
booty.
I'm assuming you get a booty sandwich. You can get some chocolate, put some booty in between it, and then you can kind of, like a s'more almost.
Oh, yeah. I got to
get the salt and the...
Love some chocolate booty.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
See?
Okay, so that's basically Hershey, Pennsylvania. It sounds like Hershey, Pennsylvania is chocolate booty heaven.
Yeah, capital.
South Florida.
You guys making chocolate booty down there?
Really?
I don't know. This says it's in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They're making the chocolate booty that we're talking.
Got another factory down there?
Yeah, upgrade, kind of off the.
Oh, yeah, South Florida has a little bit better chocolate booty.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
I mean, there's a chance.
There we go.
And that might be South Beach on the bag, actually.
Yeah, they might be knowing. Yeah, maybe.
Hold on.
I mean, I think there is some chocolate booty hubs, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I haven't even had regular booty yet, so I guess I'll give it a go for chocolate booty at some point down the road. But
I mean, we're going to be in one of the cities this weekend.
I mean, any city, yeah.
Friday.
I believe Atlanta. I believe Atlanta.
Atlanta has a.
I believe Atlanta loves chocolate booty. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, very similar to how Pittsburgh, it's in Hershey, PA, and it's worked its way up north, to New England. South Beach, clearly hub, and it has worked its way up to Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta is a chocolate booty.
Yeah. I think they also like regular booty, though.
Much like Ty. Not buying the booty, but see the booty.
Yeah.
Atlanta's big for Pringle cans, too, I heard.
Oh, they like Pringles as well.
What?
Remember we were talking about Pringles earlier?
They're Pringles. They're Pringles ones.
Make it disappear.
I think you're talking.
You're going to get a lawsuit. Stop
I think
it.
you all are talking about different stuff there, honestly. Yeah, we don't need to be talking about Pringles. We're talking about booty here.
Big snack show.
I'm going to try this at the end. We got a lot of things to get through. And not just get through, celebrate through. Ladies and gentlemen, it is award season. That means we need to go ahead and spotlight those who are great this season, greater than the others. And although everybody is good, who is the best of them all? Well, ladies and gentlemen, for I think the third annual year, it is time for the Trenchies, presented by AQ Shipley. Go ahead, AQ.
Here we go, boys. We are going to start with the rookie Trenchy, which is the rookie lineman of the year, Gray Zabel of the Seattle Seahawks.
Hey, what do you say? Go on, Gray. Go on, Gray. Hey, what do you say? Go on, Gray. Go on, Gray. Trenchy winner this early into his career. Wow, that's a big deal for him.
One of 12 rookie players across the entire NFL to start all 17 games this year. This guy was available. He was durable. He was mean. He was nasty. He was a prick. He was the starting left guard out of North Dakota State. Let's watch this screen. Get out in space against the Niners in a huge game to get to the play. Bury his ass. We got another screenplay coming up against the Rams. Again, another late game season. Watch this dude run. Get downfield. Be the lead blocker out in space. Boom! Put his ass down on a huge
tackled
play.
the guy there.
I mean, that's a big time play now. You want to see physical? You want to see physical? Come inside. Boom! Put his ass to sleep.
You're not coming near me.
That's right. Big touchdown, too.
Yeah, that's Sam Darnold balling. Obviously, are we going to see more of that in the playoffs? Obviously, I think so with how he performed to earn the #1 overall seed. Did not know they had a rookie sensation. Congrats to Gray winning the rookie Trenchy of the year. Who do we got next, AQ?
We got the guard Trenchy, and that is Mr. Joe Tooney.
Wow, Joe. Congratulations, Joe. Way to go, Joe. Way to go, Joe. All
right, let's talk about this. 9 years in the league, 9 division titles, one of the fewest penalized offensive linemen in the history of the game. He's unbelievable in the model of consistency. And, oh, yeah, he breaks ribs whenever he's uncovered right there. Let's look at the next clip here. Check this out. As he's sitting there, he's going to go get some more ribs. Boom, go. He's phenomenal in pass protection. Now this last one is awesome. Now check this out. Zone play away. Now watch this. Go behind the center. There it is. There's the big cut. Touchdown, Joe Tooney.
Chicago Bears invested in the offensive line as soon as Ben Johnson got there. Seems like it paid off. 9 years, 9 straight division titles, 3 different teams. Why is that, you think?
I think he started in New England. He is a leader, first of all. So obviously they were great there, but it starts with him. He was always one of their best offensive linemen. Then he goes to Kansas City. He's their best offensive lineman. Everywhere he goes, he's the model of consistency. He does things right. He's accountable. He's always available. Never misses games. He's always in it for all 17 games or 16 games prior whenever there was a 16-game season. But he's physical, and he's a technician.
All right, so congrats to Joe Tooney winning a Trenchy. He's won a lot.
Yeah.
Congrats on finally getting a Trenchy up there on the shelf. All right, what's next?
The tackle Trenchy goes to...
No, the best center, AQ.
Oh, we are starting with center. Okay.
We all were. Yeah, yes, Evan. We're all here to say he's getting jacked up. Yeah,
my fault. He's
getting jacked up.
Okay, I'm getting jacked up.
I like that you're jacked up. Trenchy's getting me jacked
Let's
up.
go. All right, the center Trenchy, my favorite position, goes to Aaron Brewer.
Wow.
This guy's an absolute animal, absolute monster. And listen, didn't even make the Pro Bowl, so I'm not just going with what everybody's saying. I'm going with film. Biggest Pro Bowl snub. Let's watch Aaron Brewer. Watch him go. Here we go. Climbs up on the second level. Boom, watch this. Throw his ass out of the club. See it, guy.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
He gone.
Got khakis on, too.
Oh, boy. Bad
right in the
day
middle
for
of the Trenchies. He's about to go through a little booty, maybe.
That's all right.
I mean, that's craziness. Sorry about that. Best center in ball doesn't deserve to have a massive code red DEFCON 1 poop situation with Ty Schmidt happen in the middle of it. This is a Trenchy, Ty.
Come on. Well, check out Aaron Brewer against the Indianapolis Colts, being that we're in Indianapolis. Let's watch him climb up to the middle linebacker, take him 10 yards, bury his ass.
That's illegal?
No.
And, yeah, exactly. And
Who was that?
Someone's going to get hurt.
AJ, watch this. On Luvu, downfield. Put his ass on the ground. Yeah, that's not a hold, so don't even say it. Buries people. This guy's physical. This guy's athletic, and he's the best center in football.
He seems to keep his feet, too. Normally fall whenever you have a pancake. This guy's somehow keeping his feet and going forward. Congrats to a Miami Dolphin winning an award. Congrats, Gumpy. You got to feel good about this.
Yeah, best player on our team all year. He was unbelievable. He goes downfield, never stops working, never stops running. He's been lights out all season long.
So are you guys going to continue the trend since he's the best player on your team to trade him?
Oh, no.
That's what the Dolphins have been doing.
Steelers trade worked out pretty well, actually. Minka was lights out all season.
True. Okay, all right,
Jalen Rams looked a little long in the tooth last game.
Oh, it was a tough battle with the Baltimore
It
Ravens.
was.
That's a John Harbaugh-led team. You know, it's going to be a tough fight depending upon where he heads to next. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Mountain. Who wins the tackle Trenchy of the 2025-2026 NFL season, AQ?
Possibly the greatest of all time, Mr. Trent Williams.
Yeah. Congratulations, Trent. You did it, buddy. You did it.
He's unbelievable, and he does it all. I think this first clip against the LA Rams, watch him go against Jared Verse. Boom! Just a simple punch, puts him down on the ground. Second one's obviously against the Indianapolis Colts. Get a 2-for-1. Boom, boom. Kyle Juszczyk has no one to block. He's like a spider monkey out in space. And then let's watch this last one as we show his athleticism. Pull around. Yep. Watch this. Get a DB in space. Stop.
Oh, my God.
Take his ass down. Now watch this. Now watch him. Just nuts right in his face as he walks.
All right, little Lipton. I see the teabagging happen.
Yeah.
AJ, felt like there were some holds in these highlights of these Trenchies winners.
Well, that's just some savvy vet play, I think. I don't know if you call it a hold. It's very quick, savvy vet. Yeah, that'll frustrate you a little bit if you're a defender. The guy's physically dominating you, and he also has those little tricks like that.
Trent Williams, what a dog. He's so much fun.
He's awesome.
Obviously, the Niners are different. Now, hamstring is interesting because a hamstring can pop up whenever, and obviously we hope he's healthy. We hope he's good. We assume he'll fight through it all because he's an absolute dog. Him coming out first with the boombox has obviously been a staple of the San Francisco 49ers team. What a special talent. We're lucky we get a chance to see him live, and he's moving, striding. I mean, he's striding out there.
Yeah.
He's way too big. They had him in motion last year.
Yeah.
I don't think they've done that this year. Wait for that in the playoffs, I guess.
Yeah, to your point about him being a dog, I believe the last time that they were in the playoffs 2 years ago or whenever they were making their run in the NFC Championship against the Eagles, he had like a very, very bad ankle, and he was still just doing everything that he does.
David Lombardi at Lombardi himself is reporting that no practice for Ricky Pearsall and Trent Williams today to begin the week. Shanahan said Pearsall aggravated the PCL during the Bears game, but he did participate in the 49ers' 3 light practice sessions last week. We'll keep an eye on Trent Williams. Looked upbeat on the sideline last week. Okay, so those are the Trenchy. What's that?
No, so Wednesday's typically the day you'll give like a G day or an extra rest day. Thursday, Friday,
Playoffs.
He's not practicing yet. I'd be a little more concerned.
Yeah, Friday we should see something or hear something about him moving a little bit.
Yeah.
Just get a little test out, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a good call. Hey, Trent, we hope we get to see you back on the football field. You're a modern marvel, bro. Modern marvel. As are all the Trenchy Award winners. Now, can we get a full offensive line? Who are the first team all-Trenchy members, AQ?
Okay, so if we look from left to right on this graphic, it's right to left because they're facing us. You got Trent Williams, Joe Tooney, Aaron Brewer. That's your Trenchy Award winners. And then you got Chris Lindstrom and Darnell Wright.
Congrats, boys!
Wow.
This graphic is sick.
Yeah,
That's a nasty graphic. Yeah. Way to go, D-Bone, offensive lineman. He's looking to win a Trenchy for Trenchy graphics is what D-Bone's looking for. Remember, D3 national champion, although his team, North Central, wasn't able to get it done against Wisconsin River Falls this year.
Yeah, and I think he still has a chance to get on this list. I mean, he's been back in the gym. It feels as though he might put on a couple lbs of muscle and maybe play for the Colts next year.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance. I think he's going to do an open trial. Maybe we send him to one of those tennis tournaments that you can just sign up for that we saw that lady playing in.
Boom.
I mean, anything is possible right now, D-Bone. He's working out for 2 hours during the workday. That is like his new thing. That seems to be pretty sweet. I like that he's committing to his fitness and to his health.
Current U-Ball champion as well. We, won't mention that. But also, Frisch's Freight. He made.
True.
Hey,
Open
two-way
trials.
player, D-tackle. Right, left guard.
Kicker, too, maybe?
Goal line quarterback. Think about it.
Kind of the team of Indy right now, the Fisher's Freight. I mean, I've heard a lot of people are kind of done with the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Colts and that they might jump to the Freight.
That's not what they're calling the Colts. Nobody's saying Mickey Haas Clubhouse, which is a great show, by the way. My daughter loves it. Thanks for doing what you do down there. And Goofy's so goofy. But whenever we're talking about the Colts, we're talking about maybe a team that just, their fans are... I don't know what to say about them, man. Honestly, I don't know how to spin it. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I fucking hate what's going on.
The nicknames are flowing, though, which is at least good for Indy.
I don't know how you...
Would you have rather been terrible all year?
No, I enjoyed what we were because it was cool to see all the players that have been here for a large portion of their lives. These guys who are on their second, third contracts having success. Like, that was cool to see, because there was a lot of belief in these guys for a long time that they were going to be the next ones. And it was like, I was obviously just a punter here for the Colts, but I live in Indy, love Indy, and I'm a huge Colts fan. I'm very thankful for what the Irsay family did for me. They took a shot on me. They continued to back me whenever I had my fuck up. So it's like, I'm very thankful for the Colts organization as a whole. But I'll tell you, man, it's hard just to continue to lose. 3 different Jaguars coaches have won the AFC South since the last time the Colts have won the AFC South. Jacksonville Jaguars.
I didn't know that.
That used to be
I
the
kinda
easy
knew
game
it,
you
but
circled.
And you've had less coaches.
And less GMs. Now, Chris Ballard, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's been good to us. Got a great accent. He's a good guy. Shane Steichen, I think he's got great bra energy. Like, I like Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy Shane Steichen. I saw him with Gardner Minshew. I saw him with Danny Dimes. I've interacted
Great
with
in here.
Yeah, I enjoy Shane Steichen, but it's like, how long do we just assume that something great is going to come? Well, you saw it was, yeah, but then it wasn't. And as soon as there was an excuse for this particular locker room to stop playing fucking good football, they took it. And it just went immediately down. Is that a culture issue? Is that a team issue? Is that a player issue? Is that a building issue? Like, there has to be some sort of something for this long sustained suckness, you know? And it's like, well, is it just bad luck? And it's like, well, okay, well, can we try to change our luck? You know, it's just like, I hate where we're at right now, but by the time we get to season, I will be pumped.
Yeah.
I assume they'll make some moves. I assume if we get Danny Dimes back and Danny Dimes is projected to be healthy and we got a chance to do that, I'll be back to being excited. Riley Leonard, if we're going to give him a shot for what he did with Houston, I'm back with that. But I don't know if the culture is like a winning culture. I think you got a lot of people looking for reasons to lose in there. And I don't know if that's fixable. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, actually. I don't like and I'm paying a lot of money to be a season ticket holder. A lot of money. I'm trying my best in there. Credit dances. We got a chance. Fucking try to bring that place alive.
Sense of urgency's never been higher.
I respect that. I think that was a clear, like, hey, if this is it. Like, I think that was a clear one of those. And now, obviously, Colts fans
You got
are
the
like,
first 8 games. Is that what it means? Hey, you got 8 games, and if you don't start out hot, see ya.
I don't know, man. Because Colts fans are like, well, when was the urgency? You've paid these guys all a lot of money. You've paid all these guys.
And the players.
Everybody. You've paid.
And that's where the injuries have happened, too, which sucks. Like DeForest Buckner, you're paying him half the salary cap, and he gets injured.
Dimes.
Daniel, exactly.
Sauce. I mean, there's always.
Sauce getting hurt sucks. That sucks. Having Sauce get hurt.
There's always like legit excuses. Like genuine, legit excuses. But it's like, well, how come our team always has that then? Should we not potentially look at maybe something different than it doesn't happen? Is it in the building then? Is it not that, like, is there anything to try to, do something?
It's a long off season.
You look around the AFC and it's like, there's a lot of good fucking young teams out there, and we're just staring down what? Not being good? Well, we're going to try to get back to what we were with Dimes. It's like, okay, I have faith in Dimes. I respect Dimes. What's that deal going to look like? How long is that going to be for? And when's he going to come back from an Achilles and a broken leg? I mean, there's just so many, and Jonathan Taylor's going to want money. Again, we're not in the playoffs. He's going to be demanding money. It's like first half of the season, he certainly warranted the most money in the history of running backs. But are you going to not pay Jonathan Taylor because it hasn't worked going to the playoffs? We've proven that's not the case before. It's like, I don't know. And they released their annual letter to their fans. This is an annual letter that the Colts send out. And it's like the timing of it was immediately met with, we heard the fucking press conference. We don't need you to do it. It's like, we do this every single year. We don't know if everybody hears everything. And it's like everything they're doing right now is just getting like absolutely crucified. And that's because it appears as if they're content with us not being good at football. And this is the most exciting time. We're Super Football weekend.
Yeah.
And the Colts haven't been able. Phil Rivers took us to Buffalo in 2020 for playoffs. Okay? And did we think Phil Rivers is going to win a Super Bowl? Yeah, because that's what you do when your team's in the playoffs. And he's like, we don't get to experience that really anymore. It's tough. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back a man who might have just won the Super Bowl.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Jogging a little better.
Had a baby time.
Good hustle.
You look lighter. You look lighter already. That's incredible going into Super Football weekend. You were able to lose some weight, it appears. DEFCON 1 is what you said. Code Red. Did we battle through? Are we in a good spot right now?
I fear that is my first battle of many today.
Oh, that's round 1.
Yeah, that was a well-planned sneak attack I was not prepared for. I'm going to have to be ready for the next one.
Hey, I hear you. The sneak attacks.
What did you eat? Is there any sneak? What did you?
Honestly, just your basic run-of-the-mill Chick-fil-A sandwich, which I have not
Was
done.
it a spicy? Or?
It was not. I do not do the spicy anymore because although it is delicious, I know what comes on the back half of that.
So this is just run-of-the-mill.
You know what? I did have some of their what was it? Maybe the honey sriracha sauce that could have had something to do with
Oh, and then also what Gallbladder Nick was eating right next to you again. Welcome back.
Yeah, the Jets pizza.
I mean, he hasn't had that in months.
Yeah.
He's been eating lettuce.
I know.
This guy's been eating apples and lettuce leading up to, the procedure he had done. Got the procedure done. It's green flag racing right back in there. So I think you're potentially inhaling some of that grease while you're eating the Chick-fil-A, and then all of a sudden you got a 12-round bout with absolute shite all day, it looks like.
Without a doubt, and that's the first one of the new year. I haven't had one of those situations yet. So, but like I said, I fear that I'm going to be in one today.
We know you're more than ready and capable.
I hope so. You just never know.
Khaki pants. Tough day.
I know. But luckily, I kind of got it. I got the bunghole clenching down to an almost science.
All right. You've dropped bunghole twice today.
I know.
Both times that you said it, good pop out of my soul. Good. I just want to let you know it was good to have it back. Very good to have it back. Speaking of, did you know that we have first team all-Trenchy, and then we also tie this year? Second team all-Trenchy. Who is it?
Wow.
AQ Shipley.
Okay, on this graphic, let's go from right to left. Tristan Wirfs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Quentin Nelson from the Indianapolis Colts. Creed Humphrey, Kansas City Chiefs. Quinn Miners, what a dog. Denver Broncos. Detroit Lions. Penei Sewell, right tackle.
Okay.
That is the second team.
Whenever you think about Quentin Nelson being on there, I like to think that's a guy you want to build around. Creed Humphrey, same thing. Quinn Miners, this guy, remember he was on NFL Network every day before the draft.
Yeah.
And we thought this guy's a clown. Why is he on TV? He's got dreads, the whole thing. He's an absolute dog over there for Denver. Has been since the day he stepped foot in the NFL.
He's an absolute animal, and whenever he gets downfield, watch out because he puts people on the ground every single time.
Penei Sewell, congratulations. Detroit got some representation and some awards. And then Tristan Wirfs, he was injured, right, a little bit?
He missed the first couple games of the season, but since he came back, he's an immovable object.
Well, maybe they just need to give him the ball down there in Tampa.
He did have a touchdown this year, yeah.
He did.
Is he an Iowa guy?
Yes, he is.
Iowa's got some pretty good athletes.
Yeah, they do.
Did you see the Trailblazer yesterday on Everything DB?
Mm-hmm. I did. I absolutely did. He might be the best of the bunch.
I don't know all you crooks.
That'd be a fair argument. It'd be a fair argument.
All right, let's go to the top 5 offensive lines of the season officially in the trenches with AQ Shipley. Who are the top 5 offensive lines of the 2025-2026 NFL season? AQ, number 5.
Number 5 is the Denver Broncos.
Way to go, Denver! Sean Payton said he wanted to build before he got the gig. After he got the gig, before he got in the building, he said, I need to fix the offensive line. You and him had a conversation off stage. Seems like you think he's done that.
Well, he has, because they tied for the fewest sacks allowed in the entire NFL, this offensive line unit, and they were fantastic all year. Even in the run game, about 120 yards rushing per game. That guy we just talked about, Quinn Miners, right guard, there he is. Boom, put him on the ground, keep climbing. Boom, get the safety, and there you go.
Congratulations, Denver Broncos. Top 5. Who's the number 4 offensive line of the 2025-2026 NFL season, AQ?
The Seattle Seahawks.
Wow, hey, McDonald.
Okay, Seattle. Yep,
Guys
again.
playing good defense. Ain't got number 4 offensive line in the entire league. Jeez Louise, they're doing it right over there, Schneider with the Pits.
Yeah, you will hear a common trend here. 5th fewest sacks allowed for this unit.
This is
but
the
again,
Rams.
the Rams. Seattle Seahawks at 4. We just moved.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Here we go.
There we go.
Yep, there it is.
There we go.
That's on me.
That's all right. Hey, Foxy,
we
got
all
it
had.
back
We
there,
all had.
Foxy. We
That was on
appreciate
me. So, Seattle Seahawks, again, 5th fewest sacks allowed, 123 yards rushing per game. Look at Gray Zabel on the backside getting that block, and then you cut out the backside. Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, two-headed monster. They've been fantastic.
I'll tell you what, Charbonnet is untacklable. I appreciated Troy Aikman dropping a little piece of information. He said, I watched this kid at UCLA because Troy Aikman, obviously UCLA legend. He said, nobody tackles this guy. Nobody tackles him on the first go. And it's like, that is going to be huge. If they can run the ball, eat the clock, and then their defense is able to get 3 and outs, it's like they can really punish some people all playoffs. Seattle Seahawks, fascinating story.
Yeah.
So far away, so nobody respects them as much. They're almost like the NFC's Jacksonville Jaguars in my eyes.
Sure.
Just a dominant team. Just an absolutely dominant team that not a lot of people are talking about, D-Bucks.
Kind of sounds like you want to crown them. You want to just go ahead and hand them the Lambo right now. And a lot of people do. You talk about a great offensive line. We always talk about at the end of the season, if they're on this list, they got a good chance to run the table and win it all. Obviously been a 1 seed in the bye week. Great defense. Odds on favorites to win it all. Just going to come down to the quarterback. Can he do it? We've seen him do it now in the big moment. Can he do it now on the biggest stage? That's the question.
You know what one of the biggest pieces was Cooper Kupp. It's not talked about enough because Smith and Jigba gets all of the credit, right? But when you watch all of these runs, all their big runs all year, guess who's the lead blocker? It's Cooper Kupp. all the time. He's been
Beast.
fantastic. Yeah.
I love Cooper Kupp. Going back home up there.
that's
Going
right.
back home. Maybe bringing them a title. Maybe the Seattle Seahawks win a Super Bowl. Odds-on favorite. Shout out to DraftKings doing that. And I do appreciate the crown over there at DraftKings, but it is earned, not just talked about. I also like the New England Patriots too.
Okay.
I like that Mike Vrabel's telling Stephon Diggs to shut the fuck up on his side while talking shit with him. Like, I really like that. Boy, I really like that.
You write it down. Seattle, New England matchup for Pat.
I mean, we've seen it
I
before.
mean, yeah, okay. Hey, you know what?
About 11 years ago.
Oh, Houston Texans defense, Jacksonville. I mean, those are good odds right there. On Houston Texans plus 1,300 and Jacksonville Jags plus 1,300. Those are good odds, especially because we've been talking this entire, basically last half of the season, like, who knows who's going to win this? And I think that's strictly because nobody wants to crown the Seahawks because they're so far away and it's such a quick turnover. And nobody wanted to crown the New England Patriots because of, new quarterback, first-year regime. Same with Liam Cohen. New quarterback, or not new quarterback, new coach, new regime. They're not going to be able to do it. And then Sean Payton and the Broncos, going into the season, everybody's like, Broncos might win it all. They get the number 1 seed. Nobody's really like, Broncos are going to win it all. It's good. Hey, good playoffs.
Yeah, it is really good.
Good playoffs. A lot of great offensive lines. I think we know, but who's the number 3 offensive line? Yay!
LA Rams. I tried to grab a play from each of these teams that embodied who these teams are. This team switched to 13 personnel. You see the tight end going across to the left. You already have a tight end left. 87, Davis Allen in the backfield. That's your third tight end. Fullback. Yep, there it is. This is the first play against the Seattle Seahawks. Everybody wants to crown the Seahawks. The Rams have beaten them. The Rams have beaten them, and the Rams can beat them. If this is a matchup that happens in the playoffs, watch out, because that's the one team that has played well against Seattle.
Sean McVay's a wide receiver. He's offensive guru. Obviously, Devontae Adams has 15 touchdowns or something like that. I forget the number. Matthew Stafford, potentially the MVP. I appreciate the fact that you're pointing out they go to 13 personnel, and they'll run that shit, and they certainly will. They'll stay patient with the run, too. They're not scared just to get pass happy. I think that's the maturity of McVay, but also having Matthew Stafford back there.
It's been really cool to watch them adjust this year because they've always been an 11 personnel team. Well, they got 3 really good tight ends. They really have 4 because they just got Higbee back. Higbee was fantastic this week against the Cardinals, so watch out for him in the playoffs as well. But they got him. They got the young guy in Ferguson. They got Parkinson, and they got Davis Allen as their fullback.
Jeez.
Yeah, really good.
A lot of weapons with the Rams. Forget about that.
Oh, okay. All right. That's Connor talking about the MVP race between Drake and Matthew Stafford. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big one. And if you would have said this last year or the year before that, people would have laughed in your face. The number 2 offensive line in the entire NFL for the 2025-2026 NFL season is who, AQ Shipley?
The Chicago Bears.
Wow, congrats,
Yeah. It just shows that if you invest in the trenches, you have a chance at the end of the year. What they've done, they went out and invested in the interior 3, Dahlman, Tooney, and Jonah Jackson, but this embodies who they are as well. We get the motion. As you're going to see this, there's the motion. They rock and roll the safeties. You send the tight end through like we talked about earlier, and then you get the kick out, and then huge holes against one of the best defenses in the NFL.
So the Chicago Bears, not only does Ben Johnson design plays to set up good blocking schemes, they invested in good blockers, and they weaponize it, is what you're saying?
Absolutely, and they do such a good job with the shifts and the motions to create leverage. We always talk about leverage on defense and offense. They create the leverage by the shifts, the motions. They get a safety to move out of a gap. Now you get Colston Loveland up on the safety right there, and you get the blocks, the easy blocks front side. It's too easy.
This is what you're missing up there, Marin. This is it, Foxy.
No,
Marin.
big time. I mean, it's no coincidence. We were on this list last year. We're not this year. The only difference, no Ben Johnson. It's a big-time bummer, but that's what MCDC is going to fix this offseason.
He's in the NFC North.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
He's young.
Caleb's pretty young, too.
Oh, my God. Ben might have, like, really gray hair by the time he's done in Chicago. You know, like super long eyebrows.
Yep.
Cold as shit calling a game. You see it, that gray hair's underneath. Maybe we got snot frozen.
With nose hair?
Yeah, with nose hair.
Yeah.
And he's still good, better besting. You know, he's still got the intensity, but he's still dialing it up. And Caleb, at that point, just shotgun, not moving, kind of doing this whole thing. That's potentially what the future looks like. And the Lions fans are just going to have to sit there and watch the entirety. That's crazy to think
Well, let's slow the brakes down here a little bit. They haven't beat us yet, all right? He's undefeated against Ben Johnson right now, so we're doing okay right there. Just got to fix the O-line, that's all.
Oh, like a couple banners up there.
That's easy.
Johnny Moe got thrown under the bus.
They big time.
Big time.
What they did to
They fired his ass. Hey, Johnny
Moe's
Moe,
fired.
you fucking suck. Out of here. It is all your fault. All your fault. That's basically what they said.
Yeah. We knew it was coming.
Hard to argue.
We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And then they say, look who we had
Yeah.
down there in Chicago. And then MCDC took it over some party offense, too.
They let Johnny Wilcall play, 6, 7 games, and then, all right, that's enough.
Yeah, I think it was like week 9.
It's
Week
fucked up.
9 or 10.
I wonder if it was a cultural fit, too, you know? That's like Dan Quinn meeting with his OC in D.C., going in the meeting thinking you like him, hear some things. I don't like him. I'm not doing this again. The fuck out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 offensive line of the 2025-2026 NFL season in the trenches. The Trenchy Award winner for greatest offensive line in the NFL goes to who?
The Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
Buffalo
Bills.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a shot.
Look out.
Hey. Led the NFL in rushing at almost 160 yards per game. Spencer Brown, Deion Dawkins, absolute dogs. Torrance at right guard, obviously. McGovern at center and David Edwards as the left guard. This group has been fantastic. But I need to mention Jackson Hawes, who they drafted as a tight end, and Reggie Gilliam, 41, their fullback. This was their bread and butter play all year long. You get Y and F counter going backside. How easy is that?
Don't they run the same play against you? If it works, they'll run it.
They just keep running the same exact plays. Against the Steelers, it was the duo play.
22 times or something like that.
Over and over again. It was duo to the right or it was inside zone to the left. But early in the season, this was their bread and butter, and they will get back to this.
But that is exactly what you would judge an offensive line on. Hey, if you can actually take over the game. Now, let James Cook is a special talent, obviously a running back, and you need that, obviously, behind you. But the offensive line was winning games for them. Obviously, having an alien at quarterback and James Cook behind him helps it all out. But this offensive line, in your eyes, number 1 offensive line, is the reason why they're in the position that they're in right now?
Far too many times this season, you turn on the game film, and they are imposing their will against the guys across from them. That is a good offensive line. That is the best offensive line. Those are the traits you're looking for against the Pittsburgh Steelers when you can just line up and run the same play to the right, to the left, 40 times and beat the shit out of a really good defensive line as we saw against the Baltimore Ravens the other night. I mean, damn, they're very good up front.
Man, congrats to these top 5 performing offensive lines of the 2025 NFL season. Yins all get Trenchies out there. Hope you hang them up there high. Put them on the shelf, polish them up. We'll send them to you soon. Mm-hmm. You'll get this. Right. This trophy will arrive soon. And if it doesn't come, just know it's coming soon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then
it's coming.
Eyes peeled.
Yeah, just never know. And we tried to get it there. Might have got lost in the mail or whatever, but
there it is.
The Trenchy's on the way. And
best trophy in sports.
Hell yeah.
KG's hair on top of AQ Shipley's body is certainly something that you would definitely want if you were laying it all on the line for your team every single week. Congrats to the Bills, Chicago Bears, Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks, and Denver Broncos.
Now we know.
Hell yeah.
Now we know who can win it all.
Yeah, well, that kind of scares me. It's time to make our picks because I've been kind of leaning one way pretty heavy.
Me too, and they're not on this list.
Yeah, they're not. And the other one's the best of all time. All right, let's not worry about that just yet. We'll get to that when we get there. Let's start with Saturday. Super wild card. Saturday. Sunday NFL countdowns from 10 to noon, and then I think there's a bunch of basketball games on. And then, ladies and gentlemen, on Fox at 4:30, the Los Angeles Rams will take on the Carolina Panthers. Rams favored by 10.5 down there in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. 5-6 weeks ago, the Carolina Panthers beat the Los Angeles Rams. Will that happen again? 10.5 points is a lot. D-Butch, your thoughts on this game? How would you lean if you were to pick it?
We're just picking against the spread, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so obviously I trust Sean McVay and Matt Stafford on this stage. Been there, done that, won a Super Bowl. But something they've done, even though Matt Stafford has had an MVP season, they kind of played down to their competition at some big points in this season. So I'm going with the Panthers plus 10.5 at home.
Okay, home underdogs in the wild card round are 18-14 win-loss record over the last 1978, 22-9-1 against the spread. KG affairs normally in the playoffs, especially first round Super Wild Card weekend. Nobody wants to blow their entire season by making some stupid mistake. Let's play it close to the vest. AQ Shipley, Rams, Panthers. 59% of the bets are taking 10.5 points with the Panthers. So is Darius Butler. How do you see it?
I will take the Panthers with the points as well, but let me also say, if we're just going straight up, I got the Rams coming out of the NFC as your Super Bowl contender.
Okay, so not only this game, he says, if I'm not around, the next one too, and the next one. Okay, right. AJ Hawk, do you agree with the boys and the public, or are you going with the Rams to blow out the Panthers?
I think the Rams win this game, but I am taking the Panthers plus 10.5 with those points.
We all see it the same way, it feels like. Kickoff will be 71 with some a little bit of rain. You know, I think everybody will be okay. Bank of America Stadium has quite a gladiator feel. That thing goes straight up and down. Should be an incredible environment for the Carolina Panthers hosting a playoff game. Congrats to them winning the NFC South on a couple of different technicalities, and good luck to all parties. I like that you're already picking your Super Bowl contender for the NFC. Let's go to the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. This has flipped 1.5 one way, 1.5 the other way, 1.5 one way, 1.5 the other way. There was one time where the underdog getting the points was actually the favorite in the money line whenever it looked at the odds. Sportsbooks are saying this is a toss-up. This was a split during the regular season. D-Butt, Green Bay, Chicago. Are you good, better, best, or do you like Toyota-thon?
Hey, when you talk about a toss-up or kind of a pick-em game, a lot of times I automatically lean to the home team. Third time playing. I do have a lot of faith in Caleb and Ben Johnson. He's been playing great late in games. If Caleb can play better in quarter 1 through 3, it'll be big for him. Kind of banged up in Green Bay. I'm going Chicago, winning and covering.
Okay, winning +1. You're getting a point right now, actually. Getting a point and a half. Yesterday, you would have been favorite, which is crazy that that's happening that quickly. It actually happened in real time while we were looking at DraftKings. AQ, who do you like? How do you like it?
Same thing. I like the Bears with the points. The reason why is because they played their guys, and I think there's going to be a little bit of rust with the Packers sitting some of their guys, and obviously Jordan Love's been out for quite some time.
Time leading in game whenever Green Bay won 28-21 on December 7th, says Hembo. 34 minutes and 51 seconds, 0. And then on December 20th, 22-60, 42 minutes to 0. I don't know how that makes sense. There's other time. I guess it would be tied in those other situations.
It's tied going into overtime, so that doesn't account for that. Or I guess, because they scored in overtime and won. So
Ty, how does that make you feel good, or does that make
I mean, I watched both these games, and like the Packers choked that second game away. We all remember they couldn't recover the onside kick. I mean, they are banged up, and that is, I guess, the big thing is they sat all their guys week 18, so they're healthier now than they have been for a while. But based on, they dominated the second game they played, and they dominated a very large part of the first game they played. It being in Chicago and the weather, the elements don't really matter to me at all. I think there's a chance it's going to snow Saturday night in Chicago. But yeah, I like the Packers.
We need a little snow in Chicago.
Yeah.
Saturday night, Super Wild Card weekend, Packers, Bears. A little snow, a little frosted football would be fantastic. AJ, we know kickoff 34 degrees, change to snow. I think it's on 32.
Perfect.
31. That's perfect day here. What's the wind doing? 19 mile an hour there in the fourth quarter. Ooh.
Yeah.
Gonna be a windy city, windy football game.
Depends on what 19 miles per hour, because what were they saying in Texas A&M? 15 and 16,
17.
and we felt 40, so we'll see.
Yeah, Soldier Field does have a little bit of a resume of being windy as hell in there. Good luck to all parties that are kicking and throwing footballs. That should be fun. AJ, you're taking the Packers, favored by 1.5?
Yep, I think the Packers go on the road. Jordan Love plays well, and they win this thing. I know you want to pick Chicago.
I do. I really do. But
they're a good squad.
They were
good team.
ass this last week.
Well.
And they were allegedly trying to play football, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what Ben Johnson said. Oh, we are playing football, and we're playing football.
Yeah, which I think was a shot at the Packers. I assume resting all their guys in Week 18. But that is that, Love didn't play against the Ravens either, and he left in the first half of the Bears game. So, he hasn't played in 2.5, 3 weeks. So, is he going to be a little bit rusty? Maybe, but Josh Jacobs is the first time he hasn't been on the injury report since Week 11, so they think he's healthier.
How's that defense without Micah? I remember that being a problem.
It's, hit or miss. It really is hit or miss because they Hafley is really good and they've been decent. They were very good against the, they basically shut out the Bears for the first 55 minutes of that game, and that was post Micah. And then I think that game kind of, whether it was the mojo of the team or whatever, because then the following week, obviously Derrick Henry runs for, fucking 800 yards against them. So they're kind of tough to pin down right now too.
All right, I'll pick the Bears. Strictly because they played like ass last week. Give Ben Johnson a lot to, kind of yell about. Is this going to end with a good, better, best? Never let it rest till you're good is better and better is best. It feels like it. Holy shit, Ben Johnson. Chicago Bears. I don't know. Jordan Love, dude. He's so good.
This is kind of the big, hey, especially with all the chatter about how well Malik Willis, Love's got to play well on Saturday night. Not that there's going to be any big, but just everything. Like the pressure with like LaFleur. Who knows what happens there if they get beat? If Love doesn't play well, like this is a massive game for the Packers.
Oh, Ben Johnson loves that, I bet. Especially because he came in talking shit to LaFleur, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Good, better, best, buddy. All right, I'll give it to the Bears at home. Let's go to Sunday. Bills at Jags. Buffalo Bills, #1 offensive line in the league, says AQ Shipley. Okay, nobody's talking about that whenever people are talking about this particular matchup. They are favored down in Jacksonville. Having a chance to see the Jacksonville Jaguars live in person, holy hell. Big, fast, mean, locked in. Okay, seems like they got it all to potentially go on a run. And then the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, no Lamar, no Mahomes, no Burrow. If not now, then when, Josh Allen? D-Butt, we'll start with you as the Bills are favored in Duval.
Yeah, Jaguars, they've been very impressive. Wire to wire on both sides of the ball. Liam has done a great job. Trevor Lawrence, I mentioned it earlier, unlocked. And then everything what you said, the experience with Josh Allen, been in the playoff, been in these moments. Also the head coach, Sean McDermott, he's been here. A lot of pressure on him to at least get to the Super Bowl at this point. I don't think they lose in the first round. I think they handle business. I said coming into the playoffs, it'll be tough for me to pick against a Josh Allen-led team. So I'm going to stick with that in this first round. I'm going Bills winning and covering the 1.5.
Okay, you like the Bills. I'll tell you, this is an interesting game to start on Sunday. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
This is going to be, anytime Josh Allen plays football, it's awesome. But then you add in this Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguars team at home for a playoff game. I mean, it's going to be a special game. Highest points differential at home this season. Obviously, these are with wild card line there in parentheses. Jaguars are plus 98. Nobody's close except for the Patriots at plus 90. Foxborough is a real home field advantage. But so is Duval, they're saying. You get in front of those pools and you get in front of those Jags fans, things start to happen. Maybe they become a wagon. What do you think happens, AQ Shipley, as the Bills head to Jacksonville as favorites?
Yeah, this is the hardest one for me to pick because you think back to Mahomes, right? Like they always didn't have the best team, but they had that guy Mahomes. It's the same thing for me. They got a great offensive line and a great run game. I don't think they have a great receiver, really good tight ends. They got not a great defense. So it's like, where do you go?
Secondary in the NFL. That's what Dan Orlovsky said.
Yeah, good job, Dan. I just think
good job, Dan. That sounded kind of condescending.
I just don't think they have a good defense. But again, the Jaguars, I'm hot on them because every time I watch them, they play physical. They look good. Parker Washington's been fantastic. Their tight ends are good. I mean, they got guys, and their defense looks good. I'm going Jags.
Okay, there you go. You're about to talk yourself out of it, it sounded like, because it's too good to be true almost for the Jacksonville Jaguars. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it in this one?
So I was leaning Buffalo early, and then watching AQ present them as the best offensive line in the NFL, I am taking the Buffalo Bills on the road here.
How about him? This is second year in a row now. Best offensive line in the league. Going to pick them not to win. And the entire sell of the In the Trenches segment is the offensive line decides who wins the game. Philadelphia Eagles last year, they're going to lose. Well, I thought the offensive line decided was, are they playing quarterback too? They're not playing quarterback. Guess what the Philadelphia Eagles want to do? He had it right literally from the beginning. Philadelphia Eagles win the fucking Super Bowl. Now he's doing it again with the Buffalo Bills. Is that what it feels like is happening right here?
Yeah, it feels like the exact same thing, and I, quite frankly, just don't understand it.
I don't understand it. I don't like it. Are we supposed to take this serious or not? I don't fucking understand.
Best run game. Love the group. Love the protection they're going to get. Josh Allen's going to have time to throw, but does he have a receiver that's going to separate and make plays?
Oh, so this is offensive line always doing this one right here.
Yeah, and the Jags have the #1 rush defense in the NFL, so it's kind of #1 versus #1.
There you go.
The Jags are the team that's the underdog at home, which their head coach is aware of, which will probably lead to more motivation on Jacksonville's side.
I'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 1.5. I don't like it, though, because I like this Bills team, and I would like Josh Allen, and I would like Josh Allen to have that success. But, boy, if the Jags do what I think they're going to do, which is win this game, it's going to be so loud on Monday. Holy fuck, it is going to be so loud up there in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
New stadium, new this. I mean, it is. And Buffalo fans are very passionate. And they, for good reason, they got the #1 offensive line in the league.
Yeah.
They got an alien playing quarterback. They got the best running back in the league. Figure it out, McDermott. What are you doing? If he doesn't, and they don't, and it's the Jacksonville Jaguars, which we like the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Good ball.
Good ball. Jacksonville Jaguars is a good football team. I think it's going to be hard to sell those Bills fans. Like, we're losing to the Chiefs every other year. Now, somehow, we're losing
Trevor Lawrence
to the Jags. Liam Cohen is what? Like, that's going to be cool. All right. I like the Jags to do it, just strictly because I seen them.
Okay.
I seen this team. They are unbelievably athletic, fast, large, and physical. I mean, it is what I think football is supposed to be. Speaking of San Francisco 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles absent from the top 5.
Yeah.
Concerning.
That's first time, long time. Lane
time.
Johnson, though, potentially back is what we are hearing. And then the San Francisco 49ers can't get the win for the number 1 overall seed, have to travel to the Link instead. They're 4.5-point underdogs. What are your thoughts on this game, D-Butch?
I've heard AQ say it for years that how much one guy can change an offensive line in kind of a team. So if Lane Johnson comes out of that tunnel and that glass breaks, I think they can flip the switch with Saquon, who had the rushing title last year. I'm going with the Eagles at home to win this one. I trust the quarterback, I trust the coach, and I trust the offensive line. And damn sure trust the defense.
Okay, on that note, Sirianni and Hurts at home in the playoffs. Currently, they're 5-0. Average score 35-14. They have 0 turnovers with 14 takeaways.
That's pretty impressive.
They've trailed for 5 minutes and 43 seconds in 5 total games at home in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So Sirianni gets the dogs barking. They got a lot of dogs over there. Are they going to be their best in the biggest stage? We shall see. D-Butt thinks yes. Do you think that as well?
Just like D-Butt just said, an offensive lineman can change everything. I think on the other side, there's a guy named Trent that if he plays, could change everything. The problem is they might be starting Kaiser White and Eric Kendricks at linebacker. Don't love that. I'm going with the Eagles.
Okay, you both these boys like the Eagles. AJ Hawk, who do you like?
I'm with D-Butt here. I think Lane Johnson, getting him back, I think they find a way to unlock this run game and unlock Saquon, and he goes on a run here in the playoffs.
66% of the bets are on the San Francisco 49ers plus 4.5. All of us are on the Eagles minus 4.5. And I think that's just because we've seen it before and we expect them all to turn it up because it's the biggest stage.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Talk about defense and taking care of the football. Those are 2 critical things in this stage.
And the Johns are going to go crazy over there. And Coop's going to coop.
Coop's going to coop, baby.
Yep. What's the forecast for this one?
Tell me something, Bruce. I assume it's going to be 30, low 30s?
Yep.
45.
Wow. Unseasonably warm.
Oh, feels like 40 across the board, 11-mile-an-hour winds, 10-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, so it's slight chance of rain in there. Okay, so this is a good Philadelphia day.
Yeah.
I mean, rain sucks. I will say cold and rain is the worst possible, but it is just chance of rain there, 40-some%, or 43 degrees. I like the Philadelphia Eagles in this one. Not that I think it's going to affect the Niners. I like this Niners team a lot. The fact that they've been able to do this well, Bosa and Fred obviously goes to what Salah's been able to accomplish. Shanahan being able to continue to dial it up whenever you lose your $50 million a year quarterback for a portion of it. Congrats to them. I like the Eagles, though. Let's go Chargers, Patriots. Patriots favored by 3.5. How's the weather going to be up there, man?
I believe 30 and cold and possible snow. I think that Philly precipitation rolls up north.
Kickoff, 34. It's 36, slight chance of rain. 35, slight chance of rain. Gets down to 34, so it's just rain. 7-mile-an-hour winds at the end of it, all the way through. Gusts up to 16, 17 mile an hour, though. Okay, so it's going to be a little breezy.
Yep.
It's going to be rainy. It's going to be cold. This is ass. This is ass conditions right here.
Big time.
This is not desirable at all. This is exactly what Vrabel wanted for the New England Patriots. Or is this what Jim Harbaugh wanted the Los Angeles Chargers to travel into and maybe be forced to do what they do? D-Butt, who do you like? How do you like it?
This probably would be what Harbaugh wanted if he had his offensive line intact, but he does not. And you talk about a West Coast dome team going over to Foxborough this time of year, and if the evil empire is really back, they ain't losing at home in a wild card game. They are winning in cover. I'm taking Vrabel, Drake May, and the boys to win in cover.
To expedite that point, Greg Roman's offenses in the playoffs with Baltimore and Chargers, 12.8 points per game, 2.5 turnovers a game. Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert as the starting quarterbacks in 4 of the 5 games. So they're saying Greg Roman's offenses maybe whenever they run into a playoff defense, don't have as much success, and especially with a defense that is like this New England Patriots defense, everybody's smart, everybody's physical. And they're everywhere. They're a young group of lads, not a lot of stars yet, but those will come over the next few years. We all think all these guys are going to be household names from what this New England team's going to do. Conman, do you hate or like where you're at in this position?
Oh, absolutely love it. Milton Williams came back last week. He's the highest paid player in the history of the New England Patriots, D-tackle from Philly. Very aware of what it takes to win a Super Bowl. Just did last year. And then Christian Barmore, the other D-tackle. They are the 2 best D-tackle tandem in the NFL. They actually have the highest or second and third highest rate as far as getting to the quarterback all of that. So the whole entire thing about New England having a bad pass rush, that'll change Milton Williams. Weakness of the Chargers team is their offensive line, and then we got the guys in the secondary and in the middle. Bob Spillane coming back will be huge. Team's leading tackler, and then Drake May and Josh McDaniels in the playoffs. Josh McDaniels has already game planned against a Chargers team before and won.
AQ, we haven't seen Drake May do it in a bigger stage, though. Haven't seen him do it. You know, we assume he'll be able to because he's a dog and he's a little brother and he hasn't had any situation kind of rattle him thus far. He's in his second year. He's 23. He's in the MVP conversation very legitly to win this entire thing. His wife, he's married. She makes cookies for everybody.
Right.
Feels like it's a perfect setup. Do you think Drake May on the big stage gets his first dub, or do you think Herbert travels in there and gets a win?
We haven't seen him do it, but we're about to. Pats by a million, the healthiest they've been all year, and hate the Chargers' offensive line. Zion Johnson's really good at left guard. Other than that, they've been decimated by injuries. Coming West Coast to East Coast, healthiest the Patriots have been, plus Josh McDaniels, Pats by a million.
Pats by a million. AJ, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say Pats by a million, but I do think that this is going to be the Patriots are going to grab the momentum early on. They're going to get up early, and that place is going to go crazy. So give me the Pats.
What's that song you guys sing up there? What's the song in the stadium whenever good things start happening?
They do Thunderstruck a lot, AC/DC. Shipping Up to Boston is also another one. They don't really have a go-to like the Colts and some other teams do.
Yeah, so I for some reason I remember maybe Shipping Up to Boston is what it was. They played a lot of music.
You probably remember this.
Yeah, the
Lot of musket.
Yeah, they shot enough to take up multiple minutes too. These fuckers. I mean, they scored a lot against us. Look, LeGarrette Blount's still running.
Oh yeah,
that fucker's still going. I don't know how he still is running and scoring more touchdowns against us.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier in the week. Sony Michel, his rookie year, he had 3 touchdowns. I'd expect Trevion Henderson and Ramondre kind of both to have massive days.
Shout out to DoorDash. You can get a sweatsuit. You can get your local favorite food. You can do basically anything you need. DoorDash is your assistant. Isn't that correct, Debo?
Absolutely. Every day, every morning, I use them.
Yeah, and if you need a Nike Tech maybe because you forget that your entire pre-playoff routine is to wear a Nike Tech with sunglasses and headphones, DoorDash got your back.
Yeah, get them if you can. Get them while they're hot. I've had this for years. So anybody who wants one, you should try and go get them because they are sold out basically everywhere.
Save up $250 this season whenever you order on game days. Win every week with DoorDash Streak. Shout out to DoorDash. Honestly, I almost put a tweet out, but I didn't want people to call me a corporate shill this weekend because I ordered baby girl some food. I ordered her a snack. I ordered the dog a toy, all from different places. And then my wife ordered something, and fucking Boris had 13,000 deliveries. And we had 5 different deliveries happening at the same time. And they all got there like 25, 30 minutes and just like kind of answered a problem that we had in so many different places. And I almost put a tweet out that was like, fucking congrats to DoorDash. Like, honestly, way to go. And thank you for what you've added to our lives. Some of the fees get a little bit absurd. And, you know, the standard to express thing we need to lock in on. But the drivers who have 13,000, 14,000. I think Nick had a guy who had 19,000 maybe. I forget.
19,000.
Hey, we appreciate your services for what you guys are doing. Honestly, DoorDash. DoorDash is a brilliant concept. Brilliant concept. Especially with the whole COVID time, we're not allowed to leave our house, so don't worry, we'll bring it to you. And then boom, I don't know how this didn't happen earlier. You know, we had pizza delivery for so long. How did not everybody think that that was the right move for literally everything? And then DoorDash came in and was like, we got you, we got you, we got you, we got you for everything.
Especially me. This time of year, like once I get home after work, I ain't leaving. So anything I need is probably get DoorDash.
Shout out to DoorDash. We appreciate you, DoorDash.
Love you, DoorDash.
There's multiple seasons out with DoorDash. I think it's like 3 of them with them, and we appreciate the hell out of them. And to be honest, they'll never be able to pay for this particular show enough for to get the money back for us that we have spent on them. This gate right here has a camera on it strictly for DoorDash delivery drivers.
Yep.
I mean, we have a DoorDash cam that we set up for this entire thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a great thing.
It's a necessity.
DoorDash.
Yeah.
A necessity.
Bingo.
Who do you like?
I do wonder the premium we've
talking to me.
Food.
Yeah.
I took Patriots here.
What'd you say?
So I do wonder the premium we paid on food, not just here but just home, everywhere, like all time. If you looked at that,
I don't want to.
That Excel spreadsheet.
I don't want to.
Scary.
Listen, we don't need any P&Ls on DoorDash.
It'd be ugly.
Okay? We don't need any of that. Because I know the ROI is happiness.
That's right.
And convenience.
I'm going to pay it.
And time it's saved in your life. Think about that.
Then if you're a happy person, do you do better work?
Yep.
You know? How do you kind of equate that entire thing? Because I'm really fucking happy when PF Chang shows up. And I don't have to drive. I don't have to drive 20 minutes to it. I get really pumped up when there's some Chang's chicken. Okay, and then there's some shrimp fried rice right there. Egg roll, 2 fortune cookies so I can kind of make the decision. So I feel like the universe is kind of taking me one way or the other. Because if it takes me to the right one, then I know what it says inside. It's a big deal. Then I crack that fucker open, and boy, I'm putting that right in the pocket. And guess what? That's living there until that thing gets washed. Who knows when that's going to be, Jeans? You know, it might be this week, might be next week. Hell, that thing might be carrying me forever. Now, I do it a little bit differently than people from Michigan. I don't know if you know about this.
I don't think any of yours have came true from what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think we can look around and see if that's real or not. But for you, the people from Michigan, they actually open the fortune cookies. Shout out to whichever fortune company, restaurant you order from for DoorDash. They open it, they read it, and if they like it, they eat it. So it actually becomes a part of them, like the boys did with the Rose Bowl.
Yes, and then it comes true.
Okay. Foxy does that.
I can see eating grass. That makes sense.
Granddad.
Natural. That's what we're going to end up with. Eating paper?
Yeah, we're at the airport. We stopped by Panda, I think. What's it called?
Panda Express?
Panda Express.
Panda Express. There. I was calling it a red panda. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah.
There's one red panda. You know, that entire thing.
Exactly.
But I'm sitting next to this fucking psycho. We're eating in the airport. Pretty tired, I assume, at this time. And he cracks that thing open, reads it, and goes, and fucking just pops that thing right in his mouth. And I go, what the fuck is that? Because I like that one. I want to come true. So I ate it, so it comes true. And boy, I don't know, maybe the next 3 weeks it was all I could really talk about with Foxy.
Yeah, and then you eat the cookie with it, wash it down, makes it easier to eat, and it comes true. So that's you got to be very select because you don't want to eat that much paper, and then it all comes true.
This dude's pickled back in a fucking fortune out of a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what
Need
Michigan
one for a
does.
new OC.
I probably should order Chinese. It's a good idea.
You should, with your friends, with our friends at DoorDash. A necessity. All right, I picked the Patriots as well. Let's go to the Monday night. Oh, we'll pick it on Monday.
Yep.
All right. Good show today.
Good show. Good show, boys.
Great show, boys.
Great show.
Great week.
See you soon.
Great week.
Wash the hand.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
You
I'm
guys-
not
you
a
guys are coming
fucking
to the desert.
animal, AJ.
I'm here. I'm shaking. Here you go. Nope.
Thank you, AJ.
There it is.
You want to shake hands or what?
AQ stealing all of them, yeah.
I like stealing a good. I'll tell you what, that's a good move. Just for you to take amongst your friends. Fist bump. If 2 of your friends are about to fist bump, slide your hand right in the middle and just say, stole that shit, and just keep walking. It's a good reaction every single time.
That is.
Nobody expects it. I mean, it is something that is very unexpected. Just 2 guys, or ladies. I don't know how much fist bumping's happening in the ladies groups, but if you go for a fist bump, just go ahead and slide your hand in there and then on either side. And got you good, fuckers. And walk away. It's a fun little game. You were trying to do that with air fucking handshakes.
Hit an air high five.
Let's see.
Saw that coming.
Nice. Blocked.
I know you had 2 glasses on. I just realized that you had 2 glasses on. Feels like this isn't what you always do for playoffs.
Yeah, well, first year with glasses. Typically, kind of have to deal with that with all the glasses. I got like 50 pairs of sunglasses. Those don't work anymore.
Just got to get the readers in there.
Yeah.
Bingo. I got them.
Hey, Tony, why don't you come out of Hammer?
Dahn.
Let's get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow night on ESPN 2. Game day also tomorrow. I think Tone will know better because he got the rundown.
It's 6 o'clock.
What time?
6 Eastern.
6 Eastern to 7:30. Got it. Hour and a half college game day to kick off the Fiesta Bowl. AJ, I'm going to let you know, Fiesta Bowl? I didn't know that's like kind of your bowl game.
I played it 3 times.
Won it all 3 times.
Yeah.
D-But he didn't just win it all 3 times. One of them being a national championship.
Yeah, we talked about that his true freshman year. He, he downplays it, didn't play that much. But I did not know the other 2 times he played it. He was the defensive MVP of the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah. 2004 and 2006. Dude, fucking MVP of the Fiesta Bowl.
Legend.
3-time Fiesta Bowl champion. We had no idea that was the case. We need to be celebrating you. Is the Fiesta Bowl having a fucking parade for you whenever you come back for this field pass tomorrow, or what's going on, honestly? Are you the greatest Fiesta Bowl player?
And it's the Lombardi Award, so he's won multiple Lombardis.
Yeah, a career. Played for the Ohio State, winning the Lombardi Award and earning an All-American.
12 tackles, 3.5 TFLs, and 2 sacks against Notre Dame.
Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well,
split jersey game?
Jersey was split
That
right
was a
there.
split jersey game.
Wow.
And he was trying to split his helmet, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Split
fucking head.
AJ, we had no idea you're one of the greatest Fiesta Bowl players in the history. I happen to be on the Fiesta Bowl team as well because I murdered punts. I think I had some like 69 yards. I forget what it was.
6 yards, longest punt in the Fiesta Bowl history.
Boom, thank you. And Fiesta Bowl people tell me that. Now, do they tell me that strictly because of the position that we're currently in? Yes. So I do feel like all these things are kind of outrageous. But we had a lot of success at the Fiesta Bowl, loved the Fiesta Bowl, and felt like a big game whenever we were out at the Fiesta Bowl. Thought it was a great host, thought it was incredible. I had no idea you were actually the best player in the history of the Fiesta Bowl. we should have been talking about that a little bit more, I think. So can't wait to get back to your bowl game tomorrow night as we watch Miami and Ole Miss play, AJ.
I had a great time out there every year I was there. That was old school ASU stadium, like carved into the mountain. That was a special spot.
Okay, so we didn't play there. I don't think that's where we played. We played at the University of Phoenix. I think we played at University of Phoenix.
It might have been the last time they played it. My senior year might have been the last time they played it there. I don't know.
Look at this guy right above me right here. He's so fucking pumped that you're an Ohio State Buckeye. I fucking love this guy. How could you not? Defensive MVP 2 times. Centerville Oak.
His jacket. Remember that jacket he had at the Rose Bowl?
Oh.
The real when he needs to real. Yeah, with the patch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, we're expecting something Fiesta Bowl. This guy's the greatest to ever play. And we'll be honored to be back there. I hope you guys will join us on ESPN2. We're so incredibly lucky that we get to do all of this, and you're the only reason why it happens. So thank you. Boys in the back, great work this week.
Good, boys.
GDB's hilarious work this week.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious work this
Well
week.
said.
Mitt is running 4 miles at 7-minute miles pace on this treadmill after work every
And
day.
it's loud.
Yeah, he's pounding that fucking treadmill, certainly. Don't worry about it, Mitt. We don't have anything going on over here for the good of the business.
No.
Oh, boom, 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 boom. And then he comes walking over. I go, what? So what did you do over there, man? He goes, 4 miles. I go, you're really getting after it. 7-minute miles. I'm like, that's fucking
good pace.
That's really running. I'm getting after it a little bit. I'm rolling a little bit. It's like, yeah, I hear you. And then I'm like, okay, you can do this breathing somewhere else, but I am very proud of you. Mitt, we're proud of you, Mitt. Hey, Mitt, we're proud of you.
Mitt.
Oh, yeah, Mitt.
Mitt's taking care of
What's up,
himself.
Mitt?
He really is. Zito, good work. Congrats to your Chicago Bears. And to everybody that watches, way to battle through another 3 days of our show. You know, feels like we really gave some shit this week. We'll be back again next week with some more. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Hey, Cush, anything on the way out?
The best weekend we've been waiting for. We got football and big-time football. Now the playoffs are here in the NFL. Let's fucking go.
That's right. Like he said.
Hell yeah.
Team on me, team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.